cameras bright. Who's signed who? Who's on the move? Who's got receipts? We bring the proof. IBB10. Don't miss the show. Non-league stories, let them go. Facts, opinions, banter, bites. Sunday at 8. We're live tonight. Dugout Diaries on the mic. Bringing smoke if the story's right. Project Wood with the football brain. Breaking down the weekend game. Lee Penn, yeah, in bed by 10. Still got opinions again and again. Goalie Mont, is he on mute? Keep a chat and Sunday truth. Transfers, gossip, table scores. Managers knocking on dressing room doors. Clubs in form and clubs in doubt. We say the things they whisper about. IBB10, we're live tonight. Rumours flying, cameras bright. Who's signed who? Who's on the move? Who's got receipts? We bring the proof. IBB10, don't miss the show. Non-league stories, let them go. Facts, opinions, banter, bites. Sunday at 8, we're live tonight. Sussex football, this is the place. IBB10, remember the name. Live at 8. Let everybody know. Dugout Diaries on the show.
Good evening, one and all. We are back. It's the IBB10 show. We had a break last week after a massive, successful live show. Shout out to Shoreham FC, Chairman Slaney for hosting that. Great night, packed event, thousands watching online, loads of opinions, news, rumours, debates. We've got the Four Musketeers, the Motley Crew, the Goodfellas, here live tonight. To my right, the man that has to be in bed by 10, Lee Penn. Lee, as a ginger,
Yeah.
how you doing, brother?
Suffering in the heat, mate. Not gonna lie, it's been a tough one this year, but yeah, good, mate. Well, it's been busy. Obviously, you and me were at the Croatia game with YouTube.
Yeah.
That was an epic night. Mike was very shocked that it was a free bar and free food all night long till the end. He couldn't believe it.
I absolutely took the piss at that free
I
bar.
bet you did.
Yeah, I actually bankrupted YouTube that night. So yeah, shout out YouTube for that.
And then yeah, it's just been quite a nice weekend. So Friday night, me and the missus went to Harry Styles. Got to
Sounds
admit,
epic, mate.
I was a bit like, don't like him. Watched him live, you can see why he's the artist that he is. Like epic night, really good. And then yesterday, I was back at Box Park with YouTube.
How'd it go?
Yeah, it was good, mate. I mean, the game not so good. It was a bit. First half was just poor. Second half, all right. 2 goals, decent. We did what we needed to do. But yeah, mate, good. Now ready, refreshed, and back for this week.
Lovely. And we got the richest man in football, the heir to the throne, the former goalie Mont, the man that was bombed out of Roffey but still managed to stay there and be a coach. Mont, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, not bad. I mean, I've had a decent week, so been away, relaxed, got the sun, although it was, for sometimes it was actually cooler away in Cyprus than it was here. So avoided the big bit of the heat, but relaxed. Everything's already going. Started pre-season, so getting forward to the new season.
And Monty, just before we went on air, you told us what you're up to today. Can you tell the working class what you've been up to today?
It is a tiring day. I watched the Grand Prix, and then I proceeded to pull up 30 to 40 oak trees out of my garden.
30 to 40 oak trees out of the Montgomery estate. Absolutely incredible work.
First bit of manual labour I've done in years.
There you go.
And below me, the talk of the South, the most controversial person ever to hit a podcast, the DOF of Hastings United, Billy, the Project Wood. How are you, my friend?
I'm good. Busy as always. Looking forward to being back on here. You know, like I said, I'm going nowhere. I'm staying part of it. I do want that let's just call it the Hulk Hogan, The Rock, Roman Reigns schedule. You know, like I will be.
Got it.
but I'm around. But yeah, no, all good. It's can't wait on the men's front. Can't wait to be back at it. We're in from Tuesday, so we actually start this Tuesday. Obviously, like Isthmian League football starts a little bit later, so we are in on Tuesday with Ronnie and the boys, and yeah, buzzing to get started. Really, like the chit chat stops, the work, the next period of work begins for Hastings United.
Buzzing. Now, guys, it's pre-season, and the show tonight is about the movers and shakers of the Isthmian, the SCFL Prem, Div 1, 2, and that. Who's going and where? What rumours we've heard? We're going to give our opinions, but before we do that, a little message. This show is sponsored today by Brighton Landscapes and Garden Design. That is our friend Low Edwards over at Salty. Dougie's got a little message for him.
Lads, Brighton Landscapes and Garden Design are the best in the south. Get in touch with Lol Edwards for your next design.
And just a little bit about Brighton Landscapes and Design. Whether you're dreaming of a complete garden makeover, a stunning patio, premium paving, fencing, artificial grass, or beautifully landscaped garden that's built to last, the team delivers quality craftsmanship from start to finish. If you're ready to create an outdoor space you'll love for years to come, get in touch with Low Edwards on Instagram today for more details. Shout out Low for doing that. He did me a favour a couple of weeks back that he didn't have to do, so I'm returning the favour now. There we go. Right, lads, let's get into it. First and foremost, it's not non-league. However, we are in the midst, not only of a heat wave, not only of summer, but the World Cup. And I can't do a show without mentioning it. Now the group games are out the way. The knockouts are coming. What I want from you guys is a bit of an opinion on how our performances have been this week, last week, in the group games, and really how far we can believe. Because ever since my first World Cup, which was 1990, Italia 90, the old Toto Schillaci, if anyone remembers. Monty, you won't.
No.
You won't remember him. But it's been heartache every year. Every year I get lured into it, fishing like a green marlin being caught off the coast of France. I get lured in every way. And after the first game at Croatia, where me and Penn were at Box Park, absolutely buzzing, electric crowd, everyone believes our name's already on the trophy. Then suddenly, you know, it's songs in the street, barbecues, beers flowing everywhere. We come up against Ghana, a team we're supposed to roll over. Flat performance, 79% possession. The only team in World Cup history since stats started that have had 79% possession and not won a game. Then obviously last night, 10 o'clock kickoff. Everyone had their Panama hats on, the cigars out, beers flying, late one, bars open late. Everyone there. 2-0 win, job done. So lads, I want an honest assessment. I want people to get involved as well in the comments today. I want to know how far we're going before we start getting into the news rumours from the non-league that we have had this week. Monty, unmute. We'll start with you.
Yeah, I mean, I've not been overly impressed. I mean, even you look at the Croatia game, we look quite open. And like look at the Panama game yesterday against a better side, we concede 2 or 3 with the chances we gave up. And I mean, when you're going deeper into tournaments, you need to have a solid defence. That's the foundations of your team. And at the moment, we just don't have that. We look so shaky. We're chopping and changing a lot. They said it on the commentary. It looks like Thomas Tuchel doesn't even know his best 11. yet. So I mean, I've not been massively impressed, but I haven't been too shocked. I'll be honest.
Okay, Pendog.
Yeah, same as already. It's not. I mean, obviously Croatia game, great start, and then yeah, like you said, Mike, we just sort of fell flat against Ghana. A couple of chances Ghana had. If they were any better on the day, they could have punished us. And then the same yesterday. It was just a really poor first half by us. And there were moments where Panama they were through, got close, and like Monster, if it was any better team, yeah, we could have lost that game. But we'll have to wait and see how the knockout stages go now. And if we beat Congo, then see who we go after that.
Bill,
Do you not think it's really awkward at the moment?
in what way?
Well, there's about 400 teams in the competition, right? It feels
Too
like
many,
the
too many.
preliminary stage of the FA Cup. Feel like fucking, I don't know, Biggleswade are playing, I don't know, play AFC Upfield Town. Like, they're not interesting games. Let's be real. I think the Ghana one, we just struggled to break them down, and they look good on the break, right? Maybe change things a little too late. Maybe in certain changes he made into that game. Could he have brought Rashford on earlier? Madueke moving to left wing. I get it. Can get around the outside, get balls in the box. Because in games like that, when you're coming sounds bad when you're coming inside, but when you're like as Lee's having a baby in a bit as well, so
Yeah.
he knows that
2 years old.
Yeah, so like having kind of the way we set up where everything is so like it's so narrow. Yeah, there's nothing to. It's hard to break down that because if you're a team that's sitting in a low block, there's nothing better than everything being in front of you. You sit in, and I'm literally leaning back here. You sit in, yeah, you get your back four, your midfield screen, you screen it up, and it's easy. The way you can kind of break that is probably through the wide areas. So if they are narrowing up and trying to move into, let's just say, you're on the right hand side and they're kind of trying to keep you there, then it's got to be the switch and then around the outside, right? Whether that's fullbacks running round, and let's be honest, they had Spence was playing left back, Reece James plays as an inverted midfielder, yeah. So effective, and Spence is right-footed, so him going like. By the way, shout for one of the worst England players of all time. Spence.
Spence, he shouldn't be there. He's awful.
He, in my opinion, I do not understand how he plays for England. How many left backs and better right backs were left at home? We took him.
Yeah.
Jordan Henderson got him, mate.
What is that thing he's wearing on his face?
Yeah, it's from when he broke his jaw, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
It looks like an NFL player. Fuck off home. Do you know what I mean? But like for me, that makes it easier. Like it's hard to break down. You need to be able to be expansive and be explosive. Whether that if your wingers are coming inside, you need fullbacks to get round, and Spence ain't going to do that. I think Nico Riley should have started that game. I think he's a fantastic player.
Much better player.
Better. Then you look at this situation with James. You should have brought Trent Alexander-Arnold just from getting the ball in deeper positions and be able to put balls in the box. When you've run out of ideas, just fucking loading the box ain't a problem. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. Like I look at it with England. I think we do this though. Let's be honest, we always do this. We normally draw the first or second game.
Yep.
All the hopes get eroded. Everyone's sad. Everyone thinks it's not going to happen. And then we seem to just power through in knockouts, whether it's penalties, 1-0s, whatever. Don't matter how you win these games of football, you just got to win them. Yeah. So I'm not too disjointed or worried about it. I think we've got enough firepower. Saka now starting games. Let's see how that plans out. The right back position is a bit of a problem. And look, John Stones shouldn't have gone to the World Cup either. He's not fit. So like. I don't know. Like selections are the selections. The Jordan Henderson one, I understand on a.
How do you understand that one?
I get it.
It's great for the team. Like
Yeah.
all I hear about Jordan Henderson is
He's
like
good around the lads.
He's the mother hen, right? So he's the one who gets like.
We'll
No,
stick
you
him
need
on the coaching staff.
Come on, yeah, but he's not. He's not. Is he's a player? So like, and also I'd rather have it. I would have him there on the bench. Like I would have him around there. 100%.
I would as well.
Really?
Well, if you take 25 players, Mike, like I would, or 20, whatever it is.
What are you going to leave people like Foden,
Different positions, mate.
Oh,
Trent at home?
Different
Yeah, but
positions.
I would have taken.
Different
I would have
roles.
taken Spence. I would have taken something like.
Madueke.
I would have taken Tony. Right,
Ivan Tony's there, isn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
would have taken him.
I was having a discussion with a referee the day before the World Cup went out, and he said I could see him taking Tony, and I went, if he takes Tony, like I just don't get it. He's not played properly competitive football.
He might as well have taken Standard Man Bridgman. It's the same level.
Bridge would have done better.
Yeah, that's it. I don't know.
Not according to Lilo.
First,
Yeah, look, can I just say quickly? Look, Team of the Year shit is done now. Let's just fucking get over it and get on. Mate, people. The thing is, though, people can't let it go. It drags on, and the joke's done. Just fucking move on.
Mate, it's too early for you to leave this show now.
It's never too early, mate.
16 minutes in.
Go at any time.
But look, I look at it like this. I think after the first game, I thought, cool, actually, we look all right. Like defensively a little bit open, but quite exciting going forward. That obviously changed with the way Ghana was. So Croatia were coming at us. The problem we've got is if teams are there, it's how patient we can be. And it's got to be boring. But if it's 1-0ers, 2-0ers, and it's late, 78th minute, 80th minute, whatever, who cares? We've just got to be patient with the way it is. And people can, I don't know, you can see Tuchel kind of wants them to play he obviously has a certain way he wants them to play. But it's hard to implement everything you want to implement when you do. Do you know what I mean?
I heard he was going to go for the Tunisia job.
Mate, do a better fucking job at Scotland.
Scotland job.
Steve Clark's part of shit.
There's no party without the jocks. Look, for me, I was too drunk at the Croatia game to really take it.
Oh, actually, how the fuck did Grant Hearn get into Box Park?
Right, listen to it. So Grant might be watching, right? Grant's the former.
It was invite only.
He's the former Forest Row and East Grinstead manager, co-manager. He had a ticket to our live show, okay, which was the Sunday before. And I put his name on the gate. And he didn't turn up. I thought that's a bit rude, especially as he's joining the SNLF team as well. Yeah, so I thought, cool, bit of a piss take that one. Anyway, me and Lee are swinging back margaritas in this free bar with all these footballers and that, proper well out of place. And this woman comes up to me and goes, "Excuse me, Mike, your +1 is at the door." I said, "What?" She went, +1. I said, "I ain't got a +1. It's me and Lee. That's it." Del Boy and Rodney. That's it. She went, "No, it's here." Anyway, I think she's got it wrong. So I come out, I look in the distance, the opening of Box Park. And anyone's been there, it's a brilliant venue. Really, really lovely, brilliant venue in East Croydon. Yeah. I see a balded man. I thought, who's this? I get closer, and it's Grant Hearn. He went, "All right, mate, I'm here." I went, "What do you mean you're here?" And yeah, so he turned up thinking that was the ticket we got. But anyway, we managed to blag him in.
Yeah.
He had a free night all night. And yeah, going back to the England thing for me, right?
Yeah.
I was really deflated after Ghana. I have a habit of getting well into tournaments, bucket hat, flag, the lot, war paint on, 92 beers done before half time, the lot. And that really brought me down. So last night, rather than going to a boozer, I went to around my mates, mate Alex Bryant, former goalie at Little Hampton, and that. We had one session around there, and yeah, look, we're supposed to beat Panama, You know what I mean? We were going to beat them all day. But as Goldie Mont said, we left ourselves a bit exposed. They could have had a couple of goals. Same as the Croatia game, you know. I think you take Kane out of that team and Anderson, who I think's been playing well. And I think we're not an amazing, well-beaten team, I don't think. Okay? Now, everyone's going to say, look, everyone's going to be all songs in the streets. What was it, Wednesday when we play the Democratic Republic of Congo, the most undemocratic country in the world, by the way. But that's another thing. We'll roll them over. That's at 5 p.m. Everyone will be partying for that. But then you look ahead in my little brackets. You know, you get the old little things where you put your teams in and it goes down to there. It looks like if we win that, we'll probably face Mexico at the Azteca Stadium in Mexico at like 11 at night over here in a raucous, red-hot crowd, you know, in what will be heat. That's going to be a lot tougher than people think. That really is, you know. And then if we win that, we'll probably play Brazil, which would be 1 a.m. here. So, look, I'm actually going to be pessimistic and say I'm not even sure if we get past Mexico. We'll beat Congo, but I'm not sure we'll get past them. Right. Yeah, that's me. Lads, just want a quick one from you where you think that is that's an interesting stat, Ross. I didn't know that. They've only lost once there. Yeah, but they do play teams like Bolivia and Ecuador. Do you know what I mean in those things? One word, Lee, where are we finishing?
Semis.
So we're going to beat Mexico and Brazil, and then probably lose to what, Argentina?
Thing is, though, with Brazil, they're only relying on. I mean, Vinicius Junior. Really, if you watch him against Scotland, so he's been their main powerhouse this tournament.
And Cunha,
yeah, but you're looking at Vinicius really. But yeah, I think we could beat Brazil, even if it's 1-0 late on. Be happy with that. But France, I think France are going to win it.
Yeah, I can't see past France. Goalie Mon.
I going into the tournament, I back Spain, and I'm going to stick with them.
Okay.
So.
What?
It always depends who you play, doesn't it? Like, it's easy to say you're going to get here, there, and everywhere, right? But there's no reason why in knockout football we can't do the business. I don't think. I wouldn't be shocked if we do, but also I wouldn't be shocked if we went out in the next round. I was like, with England, you can't be never too high, never too low, right? With England, and I think like it's the first international tournament that I've not been like. Normally, I'm buzzing for like World Cups and Euros.
We said this at a live event, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm not feeling it. I don't like this format. I don't like.
I know you have to have the hydration breaks, but it feels to me like it's
stupid hydration breaks.
It takes forever, mate. They're timeouts. They're timeout, and they're timeouts. And do you know what they are?
Yeah,
they're advertising breaks. So if you actually watch the stadium, hydration sponsored by like
Gatorade.
Yeah, but it is what it is. It's America, and it's the biggest World Cup of all time, the biggest teams. Like, I would not be surprised if some way, shape, or form it just falls in a way that USA can get as far as they possibly can, and like you know, do you know what I mean? I can see it.
Do you remember when South Korea hosted it and they got? Would they get to the quarters of the semis?
Semi-final.
So like, I don't know. Like again, sadly for me, the tournament change. It's maybe less interested, a little bit like what do you call it? A little bit like the Champions League format. Like the Champions League now, I only really are interested in when it gets into the knockout stages.
The league thing's pointless.
Yeah, I look, there's a few more competitive games, but I'm not really sold. Like I'm not really kind of, if you finish in a certain bracket, you're gonna get in, right?
Yeah.
Now the higher you finish, the better you're seeded and what have you, and I get all that. Same with this. If you finish third, like in your group and get through, you know, you're one of the worst seeded teams, but you're still through. So you can be the third worst, the second to worst team in your group, the third best team, and still have a route to the final. I find that crazy. So, so for me, I can't, because I've not watched enough games. I'm not going to sit here and tell you where I think England will get to, because I can't say educate. I can't be educated on it. But knowing England, they're going to get us somewhere. We're all going to get out. We're going to get, you know, St. George's on our faces. We're going to have like
That was after the first game.
I'm going to Colombia, or going with Colombia.
Or he's been on the Colombians saying that.
Yeah, might have been, yeah. But yeah, I just think everyone's going to get really buzzing, and we are probably going to be disappointed. But fuck me, how good would it be if England won the World Cup?
For me, we roll over Congo. We might struggle if it is Mexico, in Mexico City. I think we'll struggle. I think we might get done. I think that would be tougher than if we played Brazil. I really do, because of the home advantage. But look, I'm being pessimistic. I'll say we get past the next round and that'll be it. And everything from there is a bonus. Okay? Obviously, look, if we win it, what a comment that is, Dan.
I'm telling you, whoever wins it, Trump's lifting the trophy.
Oh yeah, of course he is.
They've announced it today. He's presenting it.
No, I'm not. He ain't giving it over, mate. He's going, right, move over. Let me stand next to you. I'll hold this side. You hold that side. We go up together. Tell you, it could be with anyone. He'd be up there.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So, right. Cheers for that, lads. Right. Let's get on to the meat and potatoes. Pre-season is upon us. There has been business done by teams. Some teams have been red hot. Some have been quiet. Okay. Some you haven't heard nothing from. And some have done their business very, very quietly, then just dropped a shitload of players out of nowhere onto the socials. So we're going to do it like this. We're going to start with the Isthmian Leagues, the clubs that in Sussex we've run. And Billy, you'll be able to give us an insight for your team as well, which I'm interested in.
The ins and outs.
The ins and outs. Obviously, don't give away your game plan too much. You're in a bit of a position, obviously.
The whole point of the podcast is like transparency is key, and I'm not going to tell everyone all the secrets, but I'll give you insight on what we're doing for sure.
Give us some of that special sauce, Billy.
Yeah, sure.
Right, so we're going to start with the Isthmian Leagues. Then we're going to do the SCFL, and then with the SCFL Prem. All right?
Yeah.
Now, Monty, where should we start? In fact, Billy, let's start with you.
Well, Hastings. You want to start Hastings?
Start Hastings.
Because you are part and parcel part of this process as DOF. What's been going on? How's your business going? I see you've lost a couple of key players. I didn't think you'd lose.
I wouldn't say lost. I would say we've
Barry, Mace, they went, didn't they?
Yeah, but Brad was going anyway. Like Brad's a top guy, but and it just didn't work out with Hastings, like physically for him. Like again, I've got a lot of respect and love for Brad on a personal level, but again, I'm always going to be honest. You know, when a player's not playing enough games due to injury or fitness concerns, you have to weigh up your financial risk, right? You have to weigh up how much it's costing per game, and whether it's right for the club, and if the player needs somewhere different. And I think it's Brad's come to Hastings for a year. He's from Hastings, Brad, so it's great for him to be able to have that opportunity to come and captain his hometown side. But I think a fresh move is right for both parties. If you look at everyone else who's left, most of them have gone down a level, let's just say. Okay. That could have been said for maybe two reasons. Maybe they want to play a little bit more locally. Maybe they are getting paid over the odds to play at that level. I don't know. Or it's just their level. and that was their level all along, and probably why we were wrong end of the table, right? Yeah, you have to be honest with those things. You have to.
Yep.
It's not one individual player's problem, but recruitment is huge. Jordan Mace, just to clear that one up, he
because I liked him when I saw him.
Joe, I will never speak badly of Jordan Mace. He's a lovely lad. He was fantastic for us last year. It was great at his age. You know, he's 28, 29. You wouldn't look at him. He looks
younger than that, mate.
Looks like Monty's age, doesn't he? Yeah, but
or your age.
Me, I wish, mate. Yeah, I wish I looked that young and had the hairline of Jordan Mace. That's for sure. But I won't speak badly of him. But he got an opportunity to play for a big club, and did well in a really tricky situation. His scenario makes sense that he doesn't play for us anymore, but it wasn't as simple as, oh, okay, you don't play for us, see you later. It's very well known that we put him under contract. He was a contracted player at the football club, and this is something I want to talk about, not necessarily to the Jordan Mace thing, but I got a private message saying it was a disgrace that we did a deal for Jordan Mace to leave rather than him just leave. And again, this wouldn't have come from Jordan Mace. For
people that don't know, Bill, where's he gone?
He's gone to Roffey, obviously. He's gone back to Roffey at step 5.
But he was on contract, wasn't he?
He was on contract. So
what was the problem?
There was no problem. But he wanted to go. His personal situation has changed, which makes sense for him to play more locally to where he lives. Roffey's a club that's very close to his heart.
Yep.
So we're not just going to release players from contracts, because if we do that, what's the point of contracts? Like, there's no
precedent if you do.
Oh, if I do that, it means any player that we sign on contract can walk out the door the same day. Like, contracts are there for 2 reasons: one, to protect the player, but also to protect the football club, right? So we had to do a deal. Like, obviously, I'm not gonna. It's undisclosed, but we did a deal that suited us and the lad as well. We did it in the best interest of him as well, but to honour and respect the contract that was in place, because it's important. I've come back into the football club to run Football Matters, and I'm not gonna not run Football Matters professionally. Like, we're not running a rinky-dink organisation. It's Hastings United Football Club. So we have to do things the right way, and also not be mugged off. Right? We have to make sure that we're not being told something for someone to then go and sign for someone else. Right? Because that could happen, and it was never going to happen to Jordan Mace, but that could happen. So we had to make sure that things were done in the right way. Or we would have sold him to the highest bidder, simple as. But we didn't. We didn't want to do that because we wanted him to go to the destination that he wanted. But going back to the contract situation, and this is, I always put it in devil's advocate for a player, right? And I'll ask Monty this as a player, right? You want out of a club, let's just say privately, you think you want out of a club for personal situations, but in the last game of a season, you break your leg, right? That still scenario plays up, but you've got a year left in your contract. As a player, you're sitting there collecting your money week in, week out, right? You're collecting your money. You're not turning around and saying, do you mind releasing me? Because my personal circumstances mean I can't get to training. You're sitting there as an injured player taking your money because and also you signed a contract. That's your prerogative to take your money. So it works both ways. So when people make uneducated, let's just say opinions on matters of contracts, I think they need to educate themselves why a contract's important if you go and sign a contract. Now, we can sit there and say players aren't educated enough around contracts, and I reckon that's the case in certain scenarios, right? If you've played the majority of your career at a certain level where it's pay per game or pay non-contract, then it is a little bit tough to understand that you're obliged to, if you sign a contract, you are that club's player, whether you like it or not, until your contract runs out. But then saying that, on the flip side of things, we've just moving on. We've obviously done a new thing. Finn Chapman's out of contract. We've just renewed his deal, which I think we need to see the best of Finn Chapman now. I think he's a lad that knows what this club means, and if we're going to get this club and the mentality of this club back in the right way, which is the biggest thing this summer for us to look at, being aggressive, hardworking, loud, like being Hastings, he needs to step his game up now, and he knows that, and he's good enough to do that. We've got Sam Pigeon, who's I think the best centre half in the league.
I rate Pigeon. I think he's a great player.
Yeah, and we're delighted by that. Sam King we brought in, who was at Merstham and South Park. He's played over 160 games at this level of football. 6'2". Will work his socks off as an 8. Probably likes too many yellow cards, but I'd rather that than a fanny in midfield. Do you know what I mean? Obviously Freddie Legg is under contract as well. Harry Haynes we signed to a new contract, and then we'll announce players as they come through. But I'm gonna make it very clear that the good thing about Ronnie and the staff there's no panic. There's no panic. Ronnie knows what he wants. Ronnie knows what sort of players he wants that fits the identity of the football club. And we've got a good mixture of established players that we've kept, players that we've brought in. Also Delwyn Duar as well, I think will be I think that one people go, oh well, it's Delwyn. But I think he's gonna be I wouldn't be surprised if we end up selling him within a year. I wouldn't be surprised. 12 years of age. Huge, 6'4", I think he is 6'5". Rapid, yes, he's coming back from an ACL injury, but he did all his recovery at a professional club. He'd be a real asset for us defensively next season as well. So when you look at that, when you look at some of those that we're still negotiating with at the moment to bring through the door, when you look at some of the young players that are now going to break through and come through from our academy, we're in a really good place. But there's a couple of seasons the club's had doesn't give patience to support base, right? They want to see players signed. They want to get excited. And my thing with them is be patient. Pre-seasons play out. There'll be players at clubs higher up that might not get a look in and will be looking to move on. There'll be negotiations ongoing throughout the first period of pre-season, and there'll be negotiations going back end of pre-season. Right, so be patient. Let Ronnie do what we got to do. If we win a bunch of games in pre-season, don't read too much into it. If we lose a bunch of games in pre-season, don't read too much into it. We just got to do our business. But I'm very confident that we're doing it with a patient arm rather than fuck, we need to sign a player. Fuck, we need to get this in. No, fuck, we need a striker. Fuck, we need a centre half. Like, no, we know what we want, so just we'll let it play out.
Wicked. Well, I like that. I know. As I know you be going down. You got things working in the background as well, and I'm sure there'll be some more news to come.
Put it that way, Mike. On that note, quickly, we're in a different. So we're going to talk probably heavily about the county league, aren't we? Let's be honest. We're going to talk about some competition, but that's a different pool of players. We
What's
can't.
the market like though, Bill? Out there, is it tough
for the Isthmian League?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like Hastings. Biggest problem we have at Hastings, the biggest problem is one, if you put Hastings and you do a 360 radius around Hastings, 180 degrees of the radius is in the sea. So unless we're getting mermaids to play for us, right, we're 180, that's it, right? So you're looking at people got to travel down the A21, across 28, you've got to travel into Hastings. We've been very fortunate that we produce good local players. But what we can't keep doing is signing the same player 3 or 4 times. We can't keep. There's a reason they're not working. Like the managers keep changing, but the player. So something's not working. So I want to make it clear: we're not in conversations for some of these players that want to play Step 5 football. We're not in those conversations. We're not trying to sign those players, right? Because they don't. Some of them are scared to. The ones that are good enough, some of them don't want to play Step 4 because they don't want to travel, which blows my mind, right? Or also, they're probably some of them are fucking shit scared. in some senses, or rather be big dog than little dog, right? So that's fine, and I think like that's going to play out. So like when I look at the Southern Combination, I'm sure we'll go into that after talking about the other Isthmian League clubs. You look at it, you go, come on, big signings. They're all fighting each other for these signings.
And a lot of money being chucked around.
Yeah, exactly. And we're modest. Like we're not throwing loads of money around. We're being quite modest. But you look at that and you go, well, a lot of those players probably can earn a bit more to go and play for some of these other clubs who are desperate to get out of that level. I still don't understand the financial benefit of doing it. Like, fuck me, can these people not put money into football have an extra holiday or two? Do you know what I mean? Rather than spunking it on, I don't know, a striker or a left back. I don't know. But
maybe I should do that.
Family get more joy, surely. Do you know what I mean? But they, I guess, you know, they get hard on for being top of a county football league. So is what it is. But yeah, the market for us is Kent, London, Sussex, a little bit of Surrey. So we have to look a little bit further abroad and then in doing so go, right, okay, who's coming from that area of London? How many people can get in that car, right? Or have we got a Kent car coming, or you know, and like without staff and whatever. So you've got Trev, who's got a bit more of an eye on West Sussex and county football. Sammy, who's got a real eye on more like local football, knows the local lads. Plus, has played nearly 700 games for Hastings, right? And then Ronnie's obviously played a really high level. I say really high level. You know, 1 step 3 last year with Folkestone. Great relationship with managers, like staff that have now moved on to loads of pro clubs. So our relationships are really good across the club, and it's just about aligning that, and it's about patience in building the culture. I feel like we've got the right energy in the room. It's just now about getting that right on the pitch.
Love that. Cheers for explaining that, Bill. One team I want to move on to now. A team I think have done some good business pre-season. A club that I believe is on the up. A gaffer I know well. Burgess Hill. I'm looking at their players, right, that they've signed.
Yeah.
They've signed out Josh was okay. Fenelon. Who else have they done? They made about 8 or 9 different signings.
Nicky Wheeler's gone there as well.
Yeah, they retained Beckford, who I think is decent. They signed that Joel Daly. You know,
they've made some great signings, and the one was saying was, well, with Jay Lovett going, wasn't he the one who was doing all the recruiting? Well, just Gary Mansell's just shown that he's fucking on it. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's be honest, they got a great side. How you keep all those players happy?
They signed that Luca Coccaraccio. He was from Dover, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Wow.
You know, Tane King, Johan Mark Oliver.
Who have they got in sticks? Who have they got as goalkeeper?
Did they retain Rocco Rees?
I have retained Rocco.
Yeah.
I believe I saw that. Yeah.
Which is a decent keeper. Brad Barry's obviously gone there as well.
Yep, Brad Barry from Hastings.
Yeah.
Retained Ward. Retained Whelpdale.
They've got a lot of striker options like Ben Pope and stuff like that. I don't know how you
Luther
keep all
Williams. He was at Dartford.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, but they want to have a go, don't they? I think Birds still want to get in the playoffs this year.
Do you think they will?
I think they will. I think they will.
Yeah,
I think the owners, they've got some good owners in there.
Yeah.
Really good owners, yeah.
That first and foremost are trying to bring the community together, the fans and that as well. They got a long-term plan, a sustainable plan. Every time I go up there, something else is added to that stadium. Whether it's a bit of undercover here, a bit of work being done here, wonderful surface.
They've got a great fan area as well.
Yeah.
Live band and all that they have.
I think they've done 8.5, 9 out of 10 so far, business-wise, in there. I was surprised that Dom let Fenelon go, but you know, he wanted to go there, so there we go. But yeah, I expect big things from them.
Yep.
We're going to talk about another club that done good business, Eastbourne Borough.
Well, you know about that. A
I
club
think
that have
King's done great. Yeah. It's a very Kingy style recruitment, right? So they've gone for the best. They've moved training, so they're training up near Tunbridge, I believe, or further. Like they're training that way. They're not training at Borough, so they're not training in Sussex. They've done that to go and recruit players.
Okay.
And that's why these Hornchurch lads have ended up. There's a lot of London lads in that recruitment, as you probably see. So no training will be done at Eastbourne Borough. All pre-season will be done. Done up
How do you feel about that as a club? Do you think?
And we've looked at it in the past because again, they've got the same situation we have. 180s in the sea, right? And
against Snowden Worthing.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, and Lewis, by the way, been training in London for years.
Oh right, didn't know that.
Lewis been in London for years, mate, years. They don't. That's why if you look at their recruitment, even when it comes to like managers and stuff, it's not sus. It's always that way.
Yeah.
Do you know? I think the one thing I don't like about that is I think you never feel at home. You never. It's not your home. It's not. You never kind of build that kind of attachment to the area. So you play for Eastbourne Borough, but you don't. You play home games at Eastbourne Borough. There's no like connection to the place or anything like that or the town because you're just playing home games there. You're travelling in. Oh, okay. Well, training twice a week is only half hour for me, and fucking hell, I've got to go home game. Fucking hour and a half, 2 hours. Great. Do you know what I mean? So it's never. And then you want to shoot straight off after a game. You don't want to be sticking around and travelling back. I know, like 7 o'clock at night. You want to travel at 6, get on the road, gone. So I think that there's those elements to think about. But it's good recruitment. It's just I don't know. Like I feel that Ashman Prem is no mugs league. Like you can't. I think like 5 years ago you could just go and sign the best players and get out of that league
and win it. Yeah.
I think now you've got to have a plan. You've got to have a style of play. You've got to be able to understand what you are coming up against opposition wise. I just don't. My big thing is, and I'm sure Steve King will prove me completely wrong there. I don't know if they will be good enough tactically.
I was just going to ask with who they've signed. Do you see them storming back up?
Book, though, hasn't he? He's always had a black book.
Do they go straight back up this season?
His black book. Steve King's black book is the best black book. Right, always has. But success hasn't been on his doorstep for a long time. Right, you got to look like he was sacked in the last few jobs. Yeah, sat at home for a long time, getting paid from the last job. Yeah. Didn't work out down the road, down what you call it? Having at Waterlooville didn't really work out. Then he went to a club up north, didn't really work out. Dartford, it didn't really end well. Didn't really well at a certain place, and then. But I always get like he gets the reputation that like he's called the manager who bankrupts clubs, right? Because
twice, isn't it?
But I don't think it's it's the club's fault for giving him the money, right?
Yeah, it's always
and I'm like, right, this could go two ways. One, they're top of the league by Christmas, or Eastbourne Borough are claiming there's financial problems and everyone's going to Steve King's fault, which it would not be his fault. It's not his fault. But I found more interestingly, talking about Borough, the interview with Tommy Widrington that came out on Sussex, BBC Sussex. Did anyone hear that?
No.
Well, Tommy was, let's just say he was questioning upstairs at the club a little bit.
What, public?
Hasn't
that been a thing for a while, though, that people have sort of murmured it?
Yeah, everyone knows it, right? But
yeah.
he was just like, look, he's like, a bit weird, isn't it? Matt Gray won National League South, got promoted from National League for a certain way. Then, loads of players that didn't match his style and what have you. Then I come in, I tell him I want these players out and these players in, and none of the players I want out the door go out the door. He said the people upstairs need to stop interfering in the football effectively.
Ooh.
That's a surprise, mate.
But But looking at the signings, maybe the relegation's learnt them a lesson. Do you know what I mean? Maybe they've learnt a lesson.
So is it straight back up for Eastbourne this season?
It's not guaranteed in that league, mate. It's a
No.
hard league, and also, telling you, it's either going to go two ways. That if we're going to be flying, and there's going to be, or there's going to be financial considerations at Christmas.
Fair enough. Right, next team. We mentioned Jay earlier. Whitehawk. Few
Young,
signings they've made.
Quite young, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a turbulent time at the club, isn't it? It's changed. You know, Sean obviously was the gaffer there, moving upstairs. How that goes, I know they signed that Dan Bowie, decent player. They signed Gosha Williams as well. They've Finn Chadwick, good guy, really good guy. I like Finn. He helped us out, did a podcast with me. Good guy, Finn.
Yeah, but he's not going to set trees alight, is he?
Well, Bo Booth as well. They're young.
Look, the reason it worked so well for a while with previous managers is because they dealt with the structure well. Let's just see if Jay can deal with that structure as well as Sean's.
They also got two from Sutton United, Mehmet Hallen and Liam Moore. You know, so look, how do we think they get on Whitehawk this season?
It'd be interesting because Whitehawk they're always down that bottom half.
They haven't done anything for a long time.
No, they always struggle. I mean, Jay could come in and could he change that first season? I hope he does, but I think it'd be a slow build. I don't think they're fight relegation this season. I think he'll keep them just above, but it's going to take him a good maybe 2-3 seasons to get what he really wants and built.
I find this hard because I really like Jay.
I really like Jay. Jay's a good guy, mate.
Really rate him.
Yep.
But I think Whitehall could get relegated this year.
Nah, not for me.
All right.
This will be clipped. Last time I did that.
And that, by the way, isn't me like I just don't. It's a fucking tough league, and there's it's getting tougher and tougher. I think they might just be behind Burgess Hill in pecking order of sort of quality signings this end of the pond. Right? This end of the pond, this end of the country. So I can't see it, and I think Three Bridges will be better than them as well. So Whitehall don't. If Jay's losing games of football, they're not going to be patient with Jay. They're not going to go.
You don't think?
No. When has Whitehall ever been patient with the manager? Apart from Sean.
And he moved upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Speaking of Three Bridges, then.
Yeah, go on.
Team at the moment.
Have they signed anyone? Have they announced anything?
They've announced a load of retentions. They've retained 15 players of their squad last season.
They're doing a Hastings when we went up. Effectively keeping the same side, maybe add 1 or 2 to it.
But don't forget that side are young. They got some really young players in there that have come up.
I'm telling you this. This is what's going to happen with them then. This is you lot might think I'm talking shit. But after the high of last season, they will finish 8th or 9th in the league because they will just get close to playoffs and just not make it. But they'll be the surprise package of the league, so no one will expect them to be up there. But
like Chichester from 2 years ago.
Yeah,
or like what
exactly.
Burgess, I think Burgess will go up. I don't know. I've just got this feeling they're going up. It's a league. Like there's some big teams in that league.
Massive teams.
To be fair, I think if you finish about 8th or just outside the playoffs, or give it a good go. That's obvious progression from Crowell's side.
Okay. So just going through that league, Chatham Town will be up there. Yeah.
Yep.
Massive.
Evelyn will be up there. Whiteleaf will be up there. Dulwich, I think, will be up there this year. Yeah.
Yep.
Then you've got who else really are up there? Ramsgate will be pushing around it. Cray Wanderers should be pushing around it. Brentwood should be up and around it as well. Eastbourne Borough. So it's a fucking tough league. Like, it's tough.
Tough old league. Going to be some good games this season though as well. Really good, entertaining games to go and see.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have a Sussex team get promoted this year, though. Whether that is Eastbourne Borough or Birdshill, one of them.
It'd be nice to see.
And I think Chatham will finally get up as well this year. Chatham will finally go.
Quite possibly. Okay. So,
Lewis.
is there any new signings come through, Mont? Free Bridges?
Well, Bridges, no, they've announced.
To be fair, they just finished their season a few weeks ago.
Yeah, they've announced 16 retentions, but no new signings just yet.
Okay.
Lewis.
They've announced a couple.
And they've retained a couple as well, haven't they?
Yeah, they got Andrew Briggs from Whitehawk. Good player, I like him.
All right.
But Bill, not so much.
I like him.
Pretty player. Need a bit more than that, though.
He's a pretty.
Oh yeah, 100%. I've heard Jack Mears might be going there as well.
Bobby Unwin returns.
Jack Mears again. These aren't players you go, oh, they're shit players. Briggs is a good player. Jack Mears is a good player, but is Jack Mears? Jack Mears was there last year, wasn't he? And left
for a bit, yeah.
He's a Whitehawk for a bit as well, weren't he?
Yeah. And
Alfie Allen retains.
They got a great goalkeeper in Louis Rogers.
Yep.
Yeah. Lewis will do what they always do is they start well,
but
and then they dip.
But then we talk about Lewis are actively. If you go onto their Facebook page for their fans, they actively are desperate for money. Actively.
Yeah.
I think it's well documented, isn't it?
They haven't got any.
They had.
So how are they going to compete?
Well, they got 15,000 shareholders, haven't they?
Yeah,
15,000 shares. Yeah, but again, the club was financially okay because it had big sponsors
and the women's team.
Yeah, but they made an error there.
What?
I think they made an error there when they had that Lyland Scott deal and everything like that. So they paid the men, the women the same, which is fair enough. First team to do that. But then it all went tits up, didn't it?
Yeah. As soon as the women's team dropped out of the championship. But also, by the way, Lewis as a ground isn't actually very good. The bar is as small as my kitchen. Yeah.
Well, I used to love playing the Dripping Pan because it had wicked catering afterwards. The food
afterwards is brilliant.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
They've sold their cooker to pay for Andrew Briggs. I don't know. I just think Lewis is one of those clubs that rode a bit of a wave of trying to be a bit kind of different, and then it just didn't. But the problem they've got is they wanted to sell the thing that made them different. They've been trying to flog the women's team. They were trying to flog them and get rid of them to get money in, right? I just don't know when does it come to. They got rid of loads of their youth teams as well. They got
That just left the 18s as well.
Yeah.
To concentrate on Lancing.
It makes sense because a lot of the year twos anyway.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he kind of moved on from that group because that group were with him at Whitehawk. Somewhere before that, they were Lancing under 16s, Whitehawk under 18s year 1, and Lewis under 18s year 2. So they were. So they moved around.
How long do you think it is till Lewis are in real serious trouble?
Oh, you just never know, do you?
Yeah.
I think with Lewis, I just think I I just think like I think it's really like struggling. Like I just see it always pop up on my thing. They like I think they like last year they launched an emergency appeal to raise 120 grand to support to avoid insolvency. They like that it is well documented, and like you go onto their Facebook Lewis, they've got like a Lewis kind of let me see if I can pull something up. Lewis fan page, Lewis FC supporters. Let's see if there's anything latest on there. Yeah, all right, here we go. It's like let's have a look. There was loads of stuff on there. Well, they've moved away from night and they've gone to hope and glory, haven't they?
Yep.
And then, and even like to the point, 25th of June, someone posted. Apparently, the club has now appointed a social media officer. I hope this is his voluntary role and not paid.
Oh yeah, look, Will. That's
Yes.
Will Bugel, yeah. And he got some shit for that. I know Will.
Yeah,
he did the stuff at Ringma. You know, you will know him. Good guy. Does a bit of work with the cricket as well. Been involved with them. You know, I thought it was a bit of a snidey comment. I did, but I saw it.
Yeah, he came out and said as well it's voluntary as well. So
Yeah,
so
good luck,
he
Will, with that.
defended it.
Right.
On the takeover investment, progress is slow and hope but ongoing. A subgroup of directors is handling detailed talks, but the key decisions remain with the full board. So they are looking to sell the club.
You need to.
I don't really see what. No, it's not. It doesn't look the most attractive investment at the moment. That one, to be fair. Right, next one I just want to mention about a club I'm going to see a few times this year. A club that I know quite well. I know the gaffers down there. I know the players. Littlehampton Town. Tough last year. Just avoided relegation on the 1.01 point goals, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Saw my man Mitch Hand midweek. I was playing cricket, obviously batting like a beast as usual. At the Sportsman, because that's another thing that the Littlehampton Town have the cricket there that takes a bit of priority early this season. He's retained a lot of his side, brought in some new faces. Interestingly, brought in what I thought was one of the best players in the SCFL Prem last year, Dion Jarvis, double winner at Stenning Town, formerly with the club in their FA Vars run. Top guy, guy I like.
Harry Heath.
He's retained Tejan Sparks, a guy I had at Arundel, beast of a player.
Oh, I love him. I love Tejan Sparks.
Great player.
Sparks is mate. I signed him at East Preston at half time when he comes to watch the game. He comes to watch the game. I didn't do my team talk. I let my assistant go in and do it, so I could go and sign him. Just saw him because he's actually Ben Hack's cousin. Ben Hack's guy I signed at 16 as well on his birthday. He's there. Brought in Charlie Robinson from Wick, who was at our live.
Yeah.
George Taggart from us.
Sorry?
George Taggart's gone there from us.
Taggart, yeah, good player.
So he's very close to Harry Heath, so that's probably why he's gone there.
Yeah, exactly. So I think Mitch, he don't have the biggest resources down there, him and Gaskin. But they have a bit of the old crazy gang type mentality, you know what I mean? They got some naughty ultras in that crowd as well that literally could party for days. And they sometimes get to be the 12th man. So I'm hoping to get down there. They also brought in a lad who's only about 16, 17. I know his dad, Jez Long. Brought in Rio Long from Bognor. Okay, young lad. He's gonna be a hell of a player, mate. A hell of a player. He really is. He buzzed up the youth leagues and stepping into proper football now. I rate him. He's going to be really good. So, yeah, we've got that going. I think they'll do a lot better than they did last year, Littlehampton. I really do. They're looking for a nice little FA Cup or Vars run, as you do.
He's got unfinished business, in he, Mitch, in the FA Vars. He said
Yeah,
they're
well,
They're not in the Vars though.
not in the Vars.
They're in
Choke,
the
sorry.
They
Choke,
didn't make.
sorry.
he when I interviewed him, Mitch, he said he just can't, he never stops thinking about that day after Wembley when they got defeated there after the season they had. But yeah, look, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do. He's interesting, he wouldn't have mind coming down to the Prem. He did say that because
He did that, yeah.
because he would have put together the Avengers to go and try and slap around, your Hayward Heath, your East Grinsteads, your YMs, your Eastbourne Uniteds. We'll talk about that in a bit because I think, Billy, you might be right.
I told you.
Yeah. So, right. Any others from those leagues?
No, I think we covered majority of it.
Yeah,
Okay, then. What I would like to mention now, guys, just quickly, is since the brands come together, the SNLF and IBB10 under the one banner of Dugout AI, we have the SNLF show coming back on the 8th of July, Wednesday the 8th of July.
8th July, new show, new hosts, new features, powered by Dugout AI. See you in the dugout.
So that'll be coming back. We're going to be switching it up. Now, SNLF had a team of the week and a team of the month competition. Now, that was decided by the three guys that were doing the hosting, not me. I only think it's fair the IBB10 show should have a team of the week and a team of the month, which gets a trophy as well, that will be picked by you hosts. Okay? It will not be, you will pick it on your own criteria. So we're going to be doing that. We're also going to be bringing into both shows a lot more media clips, reels. This is where we want the supporters, the fans, the coaches, the players to get involved. Submit your little reels, your goals, and things like that. We want to show them. These shows are for you, to showcase you and your clubs. Okay?
Quick one on that, right? So the Wednesday show, who are the hosts?
So you've got Gareth Spinks.
Yeah.
You've got Matt from Sweden there, and you've got Grant Hearn.
Yeah.
As well,
and you. So all four of you, I don't want to blow this up on live on air, but all four of you are unattached. You've got me, Hastings United. You've got Roffey right next to me, and you've got Bright Electricity above me, right? Bright and Electricity above me.
Hey, you got turned down for Bright Electricity.
Yeah, but we could be biased on it, couldn't we? It could be really biased.
Listen. You lot have never been biased before.
Yeah,
you have opened up, especially you, Bill, Waltz and all, in there, and Monty. And to be fair, when Lee does get his step 9 job, 10 job,
I think he's going to be in the dugout sooner than we reckon. I think he could be. I've heard that,
Have you heard some rumours of you?
I've heard that Tommy Haddon wasn't happy going back into the Mid-Sussex League, so I think get ready to go.
That's something I want to mention at the end of the show as well, to be fair, because, the Mid-Sussex and the Div 2, same step, different exposure for me. But
I'll be honest with you, like, it's intermediate football, isn't it? So I just think, whilst we have a massive respect for all the teams at that level, it's just that we can't cover.
No, I think you're right there. So, but yeah, so that show's coming back on the 8th of July. In there, we're also what we had on that show. We always have a manager or a chairman or thing. This year, we're having a manager or chairman, groundsman. Shout out Keith, love Keith, best groundsman in the league, and a player. We're gonna have players coming on as well because this is their show. as well. Yeah. And we have got a player coming on the show that we have already mentioned tonight, but we will not say who it is. Coming on with a manager we haven't mentioned. So, yeah. So I look forward to that. But again, we're going to be doing the IBB10 team of the week, and that will start after the first week. And normally we would go on to X to vote. But as I'm a megalomaniac, all voting will be done on In the Dugout app.
Lads, go and download the In the Dugout app now. Otherwise, the non-league Grim Reaper will find you.
Well, me and Doug are gonna fall out, mate. I'm telling you.
Mate, don't get on Dougie's bad side, mate.
I can tell, mate. He's not having it.
Me and him ain't spoke since. But you know what I mean. So moving on, right? Let's get into Div 1. Let's get into the teams there, the movers and the shakers, because I know it's going to be bumper prem. Monty, lead the way. What team are we going to start with?
Let's go with Marloke.
Marloke. Why would Rob O'Toole go there, Bill?
Why would anyone? Why would anyone go to Marloke?
Not for me, mate. Not for me. Shout out to Ridders, and did great there. Milo doing a bit, isn't they? Doing a bit of ambition at that club this season, which I like. And oh, by the way, Dougie. Speaking of Dougie, the first AI bot ever to sponsor a non-league football team. Dougie sponsors, Milo. So yeah, shout out to them. What is over there? Oh, so there he is. Shout out, Archie. There he is. Milo.
So on Milo, obviously, Tony Duneen died, didn't he, as well? They posted about him days ago. I don't know if anyone saw that. It was around the club and what have you. So, you know, just not a shout out, but condolences to his friends and his family.
Yeah, that's well put, Bill. Yeah, shout out for that.
Probably say his last name wrong, so it's not very well put by me, but
well,
they've been best.
Right. Monty, what else is going on there? You're the man in the know.
I've not actually seen much in and around Div 1, to be fair. I've been away for the last week, so I'm a bit out of the loop at the moment.
Yeah,
mate, it's not been as buzzing as I expected down there.
It's been quiet.
Haven't heard nothing from Worthing United.
No.
You know, was.
No. Well, we're not going to, is he? Because we know Cuz is going to not. He's going to spring on everyone last minute. He said.
He did say that, didn't he, at the live show? I love it.
At the live show, yeah.
Shoreham, very quiet down there.
I was at Shoreham FC's first training session. Why was I there? And it's not being a biased one. I was actually there supporting.
They needed extra players.
Well, I signed from, didn't I? Signed for Meza. Shout out Meza. Signed for 23s. No, I was actually there not only to have a quick beer with the chairman, but the manager that I did the youth side with, Darren Hammond, just took over their under 18s. Great guy.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, great guy. Went down to see him. He actually had a lot of my lads. Now, those lads are going to be 16. So it's going to be really tough for them in that thing. However, they are some of the best 15, 16-year-olds around that are not signed by pro clubs, in my opinion. I should know because I coached them with the thing. So, yeah, give them a couple of years and they'll be moving through. So that's why I was there.
Anything exciting you saw? Like without blowing, because obviously it's been really
To be
quiet.
fair,
I heard about a few people that they were talking about that have all been announced at other clubs. So I was just interested to see.
To be fair, it was the hottest day of the year and 5 clubs had already called off their training. Shoreham still went ahead. Unfortunately, I didn't make it out onto the training pitch, and I blame the chairman for that because he kept...
You're well out of order.
Old Temu boots.
Leave my £9 Temu boots alone. he kept throwing me Cruzy Campos, so I couldn't get out of there. But I expect them to be a lot stronger than last year. Okay, I spoke with Connor. Don't want to give away the game too much, you know. I think they're going to do some announcing in the next week or so. But I know there's some players returned to the club. I know the ones that they wanted to keep, they've kept. Ones that potentially wanted shipped out weren't there. So that's on them, you know. But at the same time, that's going to be a lot tougher, that Div 1 league, than people think, I think. I think for teams that think they can drop down and come straight back up, it'll be tough. It really will be tough. For me, I think Infinity will do well.
Well, yeah, they got like a budget like you wouldn't believe, right?
Well, they've got so there's a new captain of the club.
You he's on about.
No.
Well, yeah, I think one show we need to get the budget man on here for all the divisions
What,
because he's the man in the know.
I've heard Ash Ridley's doing his own podcast called Astronomics. There is a new captain.
No, I said I'm not doing every podcast.
Oh, tell me you wouldn't watch that for banter. Come on.
I'll come on here and banter it. I'll be on it bantering, mate. Don't worry about that.
I'm not going to say, Stuart. I'm not going to say the new captains. I'll let you lads do that. I know you've got a. We all know him, by the way. So yeah, I'll let the club do that. Apparently, Dale's been busy. Apparently, according to Aaron.
Is that what
right?
The rod is out.
The rod is out. And,
everyone's got to be busy, but look, you don't really know.
Who's announcing? Who's announcing in Div 1?
No one.
There hasn't really been anyone.
I see a lot in the Prem that we can talk about.
Yeah, nothing. Div 1's been like Loz has been quiet. Nothing.
Where is our Brian Landscapes and Garden Design sponsor of today, Lo Edwards? Are you out there, Lo? He normally catches up in the van in the morning and then gives me a debrief. Look, they're gonna be strong. They're gonna be strong. I think he's confident enough in what he feels he can get in there. Obviously, a beautiful stadium he's going to be going into, which is nearly ready. I hear.
Clubhouse nearly done, is it?
Yeah, there was rumours on the app about a sinkhole in the pitch. No, right. And I'll message Lo and I went, "Hey, Lo, you got a sinkhole in your pitch? You come up on my app in the rumours."
What is that?
He went, "How the fuck do you know about that?" I went, it's not a proper sinkhole. But it's something that had to be addressed. You know, I said, "Why did someone fall down it or something?" You know what I mean? I think they had a game on it, but you know, it's like with new stadiums and things like that. But yeah, whoever put on the app, it was a big sinkhole.
I think if you look at some of the signings coming from like some of the top teams in the Prem, there's going to be players looking for clubs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Which might end up benefiting Div 1 a little bit. Who benefits will be interesting to see. Really interesting to see. But yeah, like it's been really quiet. But then saying that, it's June the 28th. Like even if clubs were busy now, like overly busy now, then some of those players will fuck them off anyway after a couple of weeks at that level. So Div 1 is so, I don't know, bouncy unless you've got the right infrastructure. Yeah. It's so bouncy. So yeah.
Have you heard? Have any teams stuck out that you've heard about so far that pricks up your eyes a bit?
What in Div 1?
I think Saltden will do the business this year.
Yeah.
Infinity, look, take Infinity out of it because I think if they foul, if Infinity do not win that league on their budget, yeah.
You say that. You say their budget. You say their budget. I know their owners.
Yeah, it's 4 figures. Right? It's 4 figures, and you know it is as well. So yeah, exactly. Right? You don't get those.
I'm get the astronomics out.
Yeah. Ashley Ridley said it was £2,800 a week. That's what he said, right? So it's
double that. It's double that.
Yeah,
Jody,
so half that.
Bail me up. Jody, bail me up and tell me the exact figure, mate.
I've heard the numbers that are getting floated around it's double. It's four-figure. It's a four-figure amount, right? And I'm going to put a bit of pressure on them now. If that's true, and they do not win that league, yeah, or get promoted on that money, same with Forest Row, when Forest Row in that league as well, yeah.
I want to talk about them in a bit.
Yeah, obviously it's a different Forest Row now, but that, let's just say the franchise FC of East Grinstead, like they're now called East Grinstead, but they were Forest Row.
Cool, Ian won't like that.
What franchise FC?
Francis,
no, not Forest Row. Like the people that like the budget went to
left
Forest
and
Row.
yeah.
Mate, I've got all the time well for Forest Row. I've got a load of time for them. A lot of time.
Yeah, I've got a lot of time for,
Especially Ian as well. Yeah.
Ian's top
Ian's top bloke. The chairman's top bloke. Right, loads of time. But look, like if you do not get out of that league, spending over £1,000 a week, yeah. If you do not get out of that league, spending that sort of money,
it's a fail.
For not just a foul, I think they are like whoever does that at that level and doesn't succeed, they become the laughing stock of Southern combination football.
It's fair point.
They have to paint their faces with clown paint, put a nose on, put a wig on, and say we fouled. If they are spending it, if they're spending less than that, that's fine, right? But if it's what was projected over £1,000, I'm sorry, you've got to come out. Like if you, and I expect them to win it. I want Salt Dean on my pick, but I expect Infinity to win it.
Let's have a little look. Let's have a little look at this Div 1 because this is a tough old league. You know, where Guildford City are dropped in there. Now that was one of the most underwhelming bars I've ever been in, by the way.
What was?
At Guildford City.
Are we going to be bringing that into the pod this season, Mike? The bar review by Mike.
Well,
SNLF have the burger review.
Well, I don't know, mate, because I'm trying to cut down on the beer, mate. I'd say I've got some big projects coming up with. I'm going to be doing some work soon, so I'm focused on that rather than I think I've had my party time this summer. You know, I haven't been working for about.
Time is over, Mikey. We've got to start working.
Party time.
Work time.
I haven't worked for about 4 months. Is it Cable?
Striker.
I mean, it's Cable, fella. I think it's Cable. Well, no. They signed a big dog, didn't they?
They look. They can tell if they're not throwing dough around, fine, right? Absolutely, like not an issue. And also, if they're throwing around money, again, it's not an issue. But when you throw around that sort of money, you have to back it up. Like you can't be throwing around big coin and
Zach Willett. Yeah, that was it. 88 goals in 81 games at Step 5. Yeah, that's mad. That's mad. They retained the boy Tierney as well, who I like. Cable in there. Look, they got big plans. That club. They expect
massive,
yeah.
They want to get up, don't
they? It'd be nice to see them do it as well.
I mean, you got unknowns in this team as well. You know, you got Clanfield, Dial Square, Guildford City.
Yeah. Clanfield, that's a trek to get to. Or aren't they playing at Havant Waterlooville, Clanfield?
No.
I think so. I think.
Yeah,
are they?
That.
Yeah, Havant Waterlooville, they're playing.
I mean, that's something, isn't it? Fuck me.
It's where their home games are, yeah.
Short of Chelsea far enough.
Really? They play. So what happens when they play Westfield? They have to leave on Thursday.
It's overnight stays, mate. Overnight stays.
Yeah, I believe so. Their home games are Havant Waterlooville.
Wow. Okay. Dial Square. Don't know anything about him.
No.
I think Gloucester City. Is it Gloucester City? Is it
Guildford City.
Guildford City.
Guildford City. And what I said, it was not a slight on the team about the bar,
They'll be up there, mate. They will be up
Massive
there.
athletics track around it.
Yeah, Guildford will be up there though. They'll be up there, mate.
The people were really nice there, really, really nice when I went a year and a half ago with Arundel. But yeah, there ain't Bar Milo is doing a bit. I know.
Oh, they're gone. Sorry.
Bar Milo doing a bit, and Infinity announcing a bit. East Preston obviously retained
Zion
McLeod, and that, you know. Well, we said retained. It says retained, but didn't he go to Awesome Wyman in the season?
Yeah, and then came back. So
there you got new boys Halsham in there. Any news on what's been happening to their finances over there, Bill?
No, they're 3 cheap pitches down, I think, ready to rock and roll. So I think they'll do all right this year. Yeah, they'll do. Westfield will be all right. I'm intrigued with Westfield. I think a mid-table season would be great for them. I think.
Yeah,
great for them. I think
those stately boys, love them.
I think the one everyone's they've got a player called Rooney, right? Rooney Roo, I think his name is, right? Yeah.
Great player.
He is good enough to play.
He should be, but I think the lad. No. I think he can now, right?
He can.
But I also think he's been a bit of a Westfield secret. Now look, he's close to the state police, like very, very close, right? And they've looked after him well.
Yeah.
But then I think it's in everyone in the lad needs to move. I think the lad needs the opportunity to go higher. That's what I think, and I think he'll show that very quickly at step 6. And
he gets goals, doesn't he?
Or just to open people's eyes that won't know about him, and I think.
But they will now.
Yeah, I guess. But look, I think.
Sorry, Jack.
Yeah, no, look, and by the way, they should be proud if he moves on. They shouldn't be like, they shouldn't be holding on to him. They should be trying to get him to move on, because that's what you do with young players that should be playing higher. You try and move them on. You don't hold on to them and to their detriment for your benefit. You move players on.
Yeah, but I think what you said is Jack and Harry over there and the clubbers in general have been really, really, really good to him, and he's been loyal. So, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but let's see what he does this year.
Yeah,
yeah, and
step higher.
I think they'll do all right. I think I said it on our live pod, didn't I? I said I think they'll be up there. The Mile Oak one, I don't know who else they've signed. Like, Robert Tall's a great name, but you can't. One player ain't going to win you the league. I'm sorry. Like, they're going to have to go and sign others. Saltdean have been quiet, as we know. Shoreham are quiet. Infinity are busy.
That whole division's been quiet though for naming signings or anything like that.
Well, I just had Ian Matthews, Loxwood, message me.
Oh shit, Loxwood! I forgot about them. I'm sponsoring their first game, aren't I?
Oh yeah, you are.
Yeah, I
said
I would.
Oh yeah, last year you said you would, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, and I've sponsored their tournament. Clanfield have announced loads. A team that we don't know. I don't know anything about. It was a bit of a strange one. Them coming out of the blue into the league, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They're going to be one of those unknowns, isn't they?
Yeah.
In that, which I like. I like that.
And that's always the dangerous ones as well.
Yeah, look what happened to AFC Walcountians last year, right?
Oh, are they all counties still moved on?
No, they're still in it, mate. They're still in it.
They'll be up there.
They played Arundel first game of the season last year, battered them 5-0 at home.
Do you know what? Arundel as well. What's happening there?
Spoke to Jimbo. Good guy, Jimbo.
Yeah.
He's one of my mates' boys has gone back to play for him. In there, let's be realistic. They have some restraints. Okay,
Yeah.
In there, wonderful club. I have close to my heart. Joss and Jimbo do a great job there.
Great guys. Both great guys.
Yeah, really good guys. Dan, chairman, really nice guy. One of the best burgers in town, by the way. But also,
I've only ever been in the daytime.
You haven't had a Breeden's burger?
Never been to a game there. I've only ever had a look at.
Mate, it's one of the most beautiful grounds for people that don't know about Arundel.
I'm not, I have watched the game there. I watched the 23s when I went and had a meeting. But I think I'll go and watch a game next year. I'll try and go and watch a game.
Well, I'll come with you, mate.
Yeah.
I'll say it's beautiful, right in the grounds of Arundel Castle.
I love looking at that. The castle. Trust me, that.
But that's part of the problem, mate.
That got me twitching, mate. It got me twitching. I ain't gonna lie.
Like Mike said.
I bet you saw yourself at Arundel going, I could be walking around with the Duke of
I just
Norfolk.
thought PR, king of the castle.
Yeah, I actually did the tour, and it's fucking boring, mate. To be fair,
Is it?
And it's all old fashioned.
I've got a real affinity with that side of Sussex, just because I lived in Worthing, played for the Mighty Aimer, you know, as we know.
It's so weird, isn't it? You live in my hometown, my manor, played the same team.
Played the same club. Yeah,
we didn't know.
No, mad. But yeah, like, so I've got a bit of affinity to that area as such. So I like them to do well.
Dorking Wanderers had a chat with Charlie at the SCFL Awards.
Yeah, we had a good chat then, didn't we?
It'll be a lot stronger this year because they're year twos.
Yeah.
You know, so keep an eye on them. He's a really cool guy as well. He's one guy that I like to get on a show. He don't fuck around, that lad. You know, he's proper. So shout out Charlie there. Brooke, Lockswood going about their business. I know it's just mentioned Ian Matthews. He's quite happy with what he's getting in so far, and he's got some more business to do. He's had trials going on.
Right, who gets relegated? Come then, like we're talking about.
Ringmer.
Who's going to get relegated from that league? Let's just be
Ringmer.
Going to be tough, I think. Going to be tough, but hey, good luck to the lads.
By the way, Ringmer players don't have to pay to sign on now.
What?
Oh, I think did they see the light and be like, yeah, we've been a bit silly here, boys. So we ain't going to sign anyone.
Hang on a minute. Is that gospel?
It's gospel, mate, yeah.
They've changed.
So Tommy and Art left because
one of the factors.
One of the factors, yeah. And now that's all changed, is it?
Yeah. Players don't have to pay to sign on.
What?
I know. And said he doesn't have to pay.
Well, congrats to Rimmer. I think you've made a good decision there. I really do.
I think they start sponsorship in, but they don't. It doesn't come from the players directly anymore.
Okay. Yeah.
And do you know what? I hope they can attract players. It's a nice club.
Beautiful club, mate. Beautiful bar. Probably one of the best bars in the league, to be fair. Overlooking that. Wonderful surface.
They survived relegation. They were close to relegate. As we pointed out in the thing, they were over the last 15 games the second worst team in the league, just above Copthorne. So they survived it, and now it's going to be hard to survive again, isn't it?
Do you throwing this out, and it is a wild thing. But so they obviously Tommy was there, and they were like, right, next season players are going to have to pay to sign on, and then Tommy's like, I'm not one of the factors. I'm not standing for that. They shouldn't have to pay to play on. And all of a sudden, Tommy's gone, and they're now like, yeah, you ain't got to pay to sign on now.
Yeah, he ain't bothered that. He's got his Axfield gig.
Was it a way to bring someone new in within the club? I mean,
I don't reckon.
No.
Bit strange though, isn't it? That all of a sudden they're like, you ain't got to pay now.
I don't reckon. But look, I could be well wrong. But would you really do that?
Clubs have done a lot of shady stuff in the past, haven't they?
Yeah, you do. I've had it, mate. Trust me, I've had it where players, a chairman will go, yeah, budget next year's half what you had this year, but I still want you to get in the playoffs. They go, well, fuck, I can't do that. Off. See you later, bang. New manager in, different budget.
What budget? Yeah.
I've seen it, mate. Like, like we can't speculate too much because we don't fully know. Yeah.
No.
But sometimes there are personality clashes, and sometimes it gets a little bit on top. And sometimes it don't. That's like we've had it like I say, and I'll be completely honest. We had it at Hastings, and one of the reasons I kind of was close to the door anyway. But one of the reasons why I left that first time was the manager the week before had that scenario. I've documented this a lot on. I think I did it with you on the Dugout Diaries, or maybe the first SNLF thing I did. But when I was going, I had full control. And then in the last 6 months, because we weren't getting the movement of the ground, things were getting done which weren't really like cut the budget. So I'll sit down with the manager and go, right, let's get £500 off the budget, whatever. We win on Saturday. The owner would then call directly rather than like you never used to do this, then started calling directly to the manager and go, if you want another £500 player to get us in the playoffs, go and get it. And he'd be like, well, Billy just cut my budget. So like it was tension, right? Because it was getting done in a weird way. And then, yeah, effectively the manager was told that he wouldn't have hardly any budget but he still needed to get in the playoffs. And then he was out the door. Then I was like, oh, fuck, my manager's gone. We're fucked a little bit. So, yeah, went great.
Yeah,
so it does
it wouldn't be for me. But you know.
I don't think there was any problems at Ringwood, though, was there? I think like it was quite harmonious. Was it harmonious or was it not? Like I don't know. Like I thought it was.
I don't think there was bad blood.
No.
At all. I just think
then weirdly, when they done their announcements of like Player of the Year and like done Ringwood didn't like in the main one, they didn't put any pictures of Tommy. Someone said that to me when they played. Said it to me.
Well, he's on a plane. He's on a plane back from Ibiza at the moment, I think.
Oi.
No, I saw his thing. He had a quiet one and over there, but
Yeah.
I'm sure that he will address it on his brilliant TikTok, Mind of the Gaffer. Okay, now let's move on to the big leagues. But before we do that, we have got Dugout AI have got something coming out, which is called Dugout News. Okay, this is going to be a weekly publication, emailed straight to you on a Monday morning, about the results from the SCFL, Div 2, Div 1, Prem, and the Isthmian Leagues. We are looking for contributors that are going around there. That are going around to the games, that want to add their match reports. It gets fed into the app and it will email you out literally a newsletter, 7-8 page newsletter, just for you to catch up with when you're reading on the shitter in the morning. So in there, so if you want to be a contributor to this, if you're at a club and you want to write some match reports for that, get in contact with us and we can do that. We are committed to doing this. It's all automated, so it's not going to take some time. But yeah, Dugout News is coming, looking for contributors. Right, lads. Big Dog Monty, made your decision. You're missing from Roffey. You're now only a coach. You can concentrate on your media duties, and you're unreal, Bill. Your media duties, your coaching, your refereeing. What's been going on at your club? Because you've got a new gaffer in there now. You made some, as we've already heard, you made some significant signings. What's happening?
Yeah, lots going on. I mean, the turnover of players from last season's squad to this season's squad, I think, will surprise people. The number of players that are still with the side. Because I know people were saying that it will be an entirely new team. I can tell you it won't be. There's a good number of players who are staying. You've seen a couple of the additions: Jordan Mace, Evan, and Charlie Gibson, and some of the other players who I've seen are top players. I mean, Naz is very methodical with the way he goes about it. He's not looking for the big name players. He doesn't want to go for
not like Mace. The big game players, not like Mace.
No, but in terms of like, he doesn't want to go for a player who he can pay £300-400 a game for to get a result. He wants a player that fits the team. He wants a certain profile of player. He won't go out and spend money for a player who doesn't think will fit the system.
Makes sense.
That does make sense. That does make sense.
Nav is a top manager. Like he's a top manager, and he brings good players.
Discussion when he was in discussion, potentially one of the names in the app was he for Hastings? before, was he?
Not this time round. But like he's one that 100%. Like he would have fitted the mould. I remember watching Hayward Heath play Bexhill, and I watched that game, and I thought to myself,
That when they had their 8 on the bounce, conceding about 3 goals.
Yeah, when he was flying, right? And I think Bexhill got a draw, by the way. They got a draw that day, but he never kept to the script. This is who we are. This is what we're going to do, right? This is how we're going to play. They tried to force it at times, but they were patient. And every time I saw them being patient, they would go nick a goal, or nick 2, or nick 3, and then that was fine, right? The first goal was the most important. The Bexhill game, that it was a little bit. I think it was a fucking 0-0. I think it was boring as fuck, but the patience and the delivery and the, I don't know, like not even just the presence. I think he's got a good aura. Like I think he's got a good aura about him from the dugout. I think so anyway, and I think he's a leader. And I just looked and I thought, at that time, this is what, a couple of years ago now. I've got to be on it, year and a half ago, maybe. I was like, if I was still, and obviously I wasn't involved at Hastings. I was at Upfield at the time, but I was like, if I was still at Hastings, I would have, at that point, it would have been like Hastings were going through problems management-wise at the time. He would have been the one I would have gone for. That would have been my opinion. Again, that's me talking very openly about how I thought a year or so ago. They trust me, they weren't.
I know Lee was in that. He threw his name in there.
Yeah, he did.
Look, there's putting your name in the hat, and there's a selective amount of people that get talked to, right? And 1,000 people could be in a hat, but not many people got talked to. But I really like him. I think Roffey. I'm intrigued by the rest of the signings. I would like to see a few more men come into that. And look, Mace is a man. He's like 28, 29. I can't remember one or the other. I think I might be wrong. It's when I get told he's 26, and I'm an idiot. I got a clue.
No, I think he's about 28.
You know, I'll quickly check his contract. I'll be able to get his date of birth up. But I think like for me, there's a couple more like established men in and around it. I think will be great to see, and I think knowing where you're playing next year, I think I've tipped Roffey to do well already, haven't I? So I'm just hoping the signings back up my let's just say my prediction, shall I say?
Which weren't wrong this year.
So I predict.
No, Bill's predictions weren't wrong.
No, but I predicted that who did I put? Lewis? No, Whitehall could get relegated. Lewis might.
That ain't happening, by the way. That ain't happening.
Do you want to wager?
I've already lost a couple of bets to you already.
Yeah, I know. let's carry on. And that's again not down to just Jay. I just think the club's a hard one to manage. I think, but yeah, Roffey will be definitely. I think Roffey will be one that will be up there, and but I think if you look, let's really dive in. Like, no, we're going to lose you in 15 minutes, Lee, but let's really dive into this combination, because I think there's potentially 10 really, really, really strong teams.
Yeah, there is this season.
I think it's the hardest in the last 10 years to win this league.
Yeah, I agree. Look, Hayward Heath, good retentions. What do we think of their new signings? Lucas Fanson Jones, I think good enough like for that.
Do well, yeah.
Very, very good player.
Ryan Warwick,
See who else they bring in.
They kept Goldie, didn't they?
Robinson's gone in there as well, hasn't he? Fullback.
Yeah.
Lost Carl Sims.
Yeah, they did lose Carl Sims.
Yeah, but he went in my team of the season though, so. They kept Chalet though. Chalet was a big one to keep.
Tom Chalet is a
Chalet's one who I was always worried about when playing against, so he's a good one to keep. Billy Fuller as well, kept him. He was in all of our team of the seasons.
And Chalet, if he's out there watching, let me know as well the next day when I didn't put him in his team for the season. I love Tom.
Should I? Yeah, another big one. I think the recruitment retention has been really, really good. So I expect, again, it's can they bounce? But the signings they've made, like if it's the same group with no added, I think it's hard to go again. Do you know what I mean? If it's the same group that have been disappointed by not making it, it's really, 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 really hard to go again, I think. But they've added some real quality in there. Real quality to
They have to be one of the favourites.
Oh, just got a message through Westfield about Rooney.
Go on.
I can't say the step, can't say the club, right? But they are pushing him to go higher, and he's going on trial at club next week.
And I've just, we also forgot to mention about Peacehaven as well, by the way. So I want to.
Yes, we did.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about them. We'll talk about them.
Yeah. Sorry, Haley. You just reminded me.
Shit, that's really bad of us. By the way.
I know.
They were like our anchor for the end of the season. They were like the
IBB. Sorry, lads. Sorry, mate. We will bring that up in a sec. We'll bring you.
Sorry. I just wanted to mention that the Rooney thing because, like I said, like that's brilliant. If that's what they're doing with the lad, because that just shows real care to the player, not just to like the club.
Yeah,
and it's really important. So, like, well done to Westfield and the Stapleys there. Even if he doesn't make it and he's playing for them, fair fucks that they gave him the opportunity to push on. Do you know what I mean? Back to the Prem. Hassocks, thoughts on that? By the way, that David Brent.
that was so funny.
How good is Pat's announcements and that?
Pat's brilliant.
Want to train? We train. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Pat, he's a bit of an innovator now. I love him.
So it's so funny.
He's doing bits out there.
Yeah.
And
I did like that.
Look, you haven't meant. We'll talk about Hassocks. You know, they're coming down. They went up. You know, they've added, as I said, they've added Sims, who I think is a great centre half. Had 8 assists last year for Hayward Heath as well. A bloke who has a fucking monster throw as well.
Yeah.
You know, he can throw from one postcode to the other, that lad. So there, which is a good signing for them. We haven't mentioned East Grinstead.
Well, I've got. Well, the money is.
I went and had a nice, lovely little lunch with Andy at East Grinstead with Dave Connor at Crawley Down Gatwick in there, and we consumed a few beers that afternoon in the heat.
Yeah, I got a phone call.
Yeah,
in the Uber.
Yeah, I had to get a fucking Uber back from Copthorne, because I don't think I would have made it to the station, to be fair. But East Grinstead are doing bits, mate. Look, Andy knows that he's done his recruitment there. You say money bags, Aaron. Look, it's a club that's come down from there. It's a club that had a really torrid time last year, a really torrid time, and they've drawn a line under it. They have. Speaking to Andy, and he said, look, he wanted to do. You would not believe what my wife has just done. What's the one line? Don't worry. They're drawing a line under it. They're going on a little tour to Gibraltar as well, a little pre-season tour. At step 5, cool. I nearly tried to blag myself a little trip on that one. But look, they wanted to draw a line under it and say, we're starting fresh. Yeah. I think what the club did by sticking by him was great.
What? What?
Yeah.
What you're telling me?
Listen.
Hold on.
I actually came to the game. I came to the game at Hastings, which you gladly put on with wonderful hospitality, Bill. That was when you were in the ticket office that day, wasn't it? You
I
were
was there, parking director.
Yeah, and I spoke to their committee afterwards.
We
and they
asked
said,
next year, and they said, "Oh, we're gonna like we're excited. We're gonna do this the right way, yeah." But let's get right. Let's get this absolutely right. Get this right. Let's not pretend. He is paying the budget, correct?
That's not true. That's not true.
He's not paying the budget. The manager's not paying.
The club paying the budget, mate.
Bollocks. East Grinstead cannot afford that money, mate. That's scandalous lies. East Grinstead have never, ever been able to pay that amount of money. There's no way they are paying over £3,000 a week out on players. Not a chance. There's no chance. I'm telling you that for a fact. There's no chance. And if anyone from East Grinstead wants to come out and saying they're doing that from a club that can't contract players based on their community asset situation that they're in, but the loans and stuff that the grants to build the place that they are, the fact that the manager they had before that had a really, really, really small budget, they've suddenly doubled the budget for a manager that got them relegated, who was paying players like £600 a week last year.
600 quid a week.
Yes. But let's. It's fine that Andy wants to pay this money. It's not a problem, right? But let's not pretend that East Grinstead aren't being bankrolled. Let's not pretend that, because they are. And also, East Grinstead cannot pay. I'm telling you this now. East Grinstead cannot, Mike, pay based on their governance, on their thing. They cannot pay these wages. They have a set, like, it's a fact that X amount per year can be spent on players. Yeah, so it has to be expensive.
Is this the HMRC thing you were talking about?
Yeah.
And for people who don't know, explain to me, is this something like 10 grand?
This was sent to me, all right? This was sent to me, and I'm not going to say who.
Because there's a lot of teams paying more than 10 grand for this year.
No, because it's not every club. Like, a limited club can do what they want. They're a CASC, yeah, which means they're a certain entity, right? Hastings United could pay £100 million a week, and it's fine because there's no wage cap at our level of football.
That'd only be half of your net worth, Bill.
Yeah, and the rest, all £5 worth of it, right? So HMRC only permits that sort of thing to pay players the maximum cap of £10,000 per year in total for the entire club. This includes cash payments or match fees, non-cash benefits like free kit, gym, memberships or housing. Yeah. Crucially, this includes payments made by third parties on behalf of the club as well.
So how do clubs get around that legally?
You say that a player lives in Manchester and you train 5 times a week. Do you know what I mean? So. But Mike, that's not every club is that sort of business, right, or whatever. So you just have to be so careful how things are done, right? And this is the problem about, we have to be careful because it's probably about 2,000 people watching this right now, right? And sometimes some of the stuff that we say here is gospel. And anyone from East Grinstead is welcome to always come on this podcast and put us right if we're wrong. Always welcome.
It's just our opinions at the end of the day.
We're happy to be wrong. But you can't tell me East Grinstead, right? So Forest Row are doing well and they're spending good money. They've got a good team. Then East Grinstead need a new management team. They move over and suddenly all those players are moving over. Louis Fierpanos, whatever his name is, he's now gone over and, and he picks up £500-600 wherever he goes. You got other players being offered ridiculous money to go there.
It's got like Gasco Rogers.
Yeah, you got loads of players start going now on big money. Loads of players, right?
Shay Leahy.
And then this year, like someone put on here just now, they're back. The centre half pairings like nearly £1,000. Right now, that might be bullshit. By the way, might be absolute.
I think
bullshit.
It is.
Right. Okay. Right. Well, I'm telling you this.
Charlie Harris.
Yeah. Right. So they're signing some big players, and again, it's fine to say that it's fine that they're doing this, but let's not pretend that East Grinstead Town Football Club, could not do this the level above. So why can they do it the level below?
Yeah. Well, on
Like,
that note,
tell me, it's okay.
I reckon I need to get on and have a chat. Mason Saunders, Malins, Max Marshall, Kieran Pannant, Joe Stone,
Dan Perry,
Nathan Cooper, Dan Perry. He's a player. He is a player.
don't think Nathan Cooper picks up 250 elsewhere? At a better club?
Tegan Freeman, Sam Marsden, who's also coming in as goalkeeping coach, by the way. Nick D'Orenzo. Yeah, I mean, look, Luke Leppard, Harry Hells.
it's a big money thrown. It's a big money thrown around. We all know there is.
I know the budget for previous management at that football club for the full 16 squad, what had to be. I know what the budget was before. Yeah. And it was just a little bit more than £1,000 a week. Just a little bit more.
Well, it's more than that now.
Fucking the back line's more than that. So, like, I'm telling you, like, and it's again, if Andy wants to do it, it's fine. But let's not lie or pretend. Like, if he wants to go, if he wants to go and spend £5 million a week, he can do it. And if he wants to win the league, and that's what he wants to do by spending that money, again, fucking brilliant. Fair fucks to it.
I'll tell you what, I did not get that impression when I was sitting with him that was the case. All right.
Hasn't he just sponsored the ground for 3 years, 4 years?
There is a sponsorship there with his company. He's got a few companies. Yep.
Yeah. Look, and he's a wealthy guy. So if this is his hobby and this is what he wants to do, then again, it ain't no one's problem. But let's not pretend. Let's not just go, oh, it's like they're sticking it. Like, I just don't like, even with us. I would say for us. Oh, what? Are we already in the knockout stages now?
Yeah, Canada playing South Africa.
Like, for me, again,
how big can that? All right, Bill. How big can that club be?
What East Grinstead? I don't know, mate. Genuinely don't know. It's a good location, isn't it?
Yeah. And they've got stuff they can do around the developments of the ground.
Yeah. By the way, so when did they get the job last year? Just making it clear. When did they get in there?
I think they were about 20 games in, weren't they? Is it about 18, 19 games in? I should know. I did the interview.
Okay.
Yeah. But just really glad.
22nd of October. Yeah?
Yeah, so probably about 15, 20 games in.
I don't think it's that many. Right. East Grinstead.
Right, boys, just before I go, just want to say as well, if anyone can, click on my Twitter page and drop me a vote for the Football Content Awards. Any vote is helpful, be amazing, really appreciate it. And let's see if I can make the top 5 this year. And get invited.
Top 5? You want to win it, mate?
I want to win it, but best in non-league, there is some big YouTubers and content creators that are in that category. So if I can get top 5 and at least get there and then get voted, then that'd be amazing.
So what happens if you become a real big YouTuber? Does that mean your managerial career is over?
Yeah, it's done, mate. I'll be raking the money in from YouTube.
Kills your managerial career, mate. Kills it.
I've already had one paycheck from YouTube, so it's all right. So they're incoming now, so it's all good.
So
you're at that £60 threshold, mate. The money rolls in. Trust me.
Exactly that, mate. Exactly that. He knows.
Let's have a look at some other teams in here, because we've got loads to talk about.
Yes, we have, but again, I want to go back to the point.
No.
Quickly,
people.
Bye, mate. Quickly, East Grinstead played 11 games and then changed their manager. So had 35 games to go. 35 games is a lot of games, Mike. A lot of games.
Yeah. No. I get that. They're my tips to win it this year. But then again, I've been wrong every year. So don't back me.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if you. I don't. You like I've said to you before. If the players run the asylum, it's a bit like the Whiteley situation. Like it's Whiteley for a club that shamelessly don't give a fuck about the fact they spend a load of money. They don't care. They're not bothered what people think, and they spend the dough. Kenny is a man who's loaded. Their owner, yeah, and they're happy to spend the dough, and they do it. And it's real player. There's a lot of player-led activity there. Let's just say. I think if Greece did have that, then I think they'd be. I think they might do it, Mike. I think actually might. But I think there's some real good teams. Like
There
really,
are, right?
whole
So
thing.
let's have a look, because look, you can't write off Guernsey. Okay?
No way, you can't.
No, look. Beef aside, you can't write off Guernsey at all. You know, they went all the way down. If it weren't for Peacehaven having a mazza away at Victoria Park there with Callum Edwards and Connor Ty on the thing, they'd be up, and they wouldn't even be in this conversation today. You know, Tony will retain all of his players, I'd expect. Problem with them is they have to really recruit from the island, you know, in there. Guernsey's away record needs to improve. Was it that bad? Their away record?
It was the thing that kind of stopped them like being a title contender.
Yeah.
But I think they make the playoffs again. I think going to Guernsey is such a hard thing to do that I think if they can pick up, like what? How many points did they pick up at home last year, Monty? Do you know?
Well, Guernsey, they only lost twice, so they got 17 times 3, which my math is not very good. 51.
51 points 51 points at home, right?
51 points out of what? 57 points. At home.
3 of them were lost to Horsham YM because I was there.
Yeah, and the other 3 were Pagham.
Yes.
Out the Packers. So like on that, I think
there'll be a dark horse this year. I'll say that.
Who? Pagham.
Yeah.
Come on, then let's talk about Horsham YM.
Right. So, who they brought in?
Horsham YM, not really anyone.
YM.
Just the retained, but not Adam.
Have they retained Noel Fisher?
No.
Where's he going?
Or Adam. They're both going. Adam's gone Stenning.
Adam's gone Stenning, is he?
Yeah.
Oh, good. They named him twice.
And
Okay.
Noel will go higher as well.
Where does he end up? Yeah.
Heard it might be Lewis.
Might be where?
Lewis.
That'd be interesting. That'd be interesting for him. Definitely. Player I fucking rate. And to be fair, and his brother, his twin, Leon, really good player. They got Drew Maguire in. Okay.
Had him last year though, didn't they?
Yeah,
but he I don't think he was completely fit, was he? To be fair.
He needs to get fit. Drew, he is technically probably one of the best players. He'd be the best player of that league and probably the league above if he was 100% fit. I think it's no shock to anyone that he's not.
No. So they've retained Leon Fisher, retained Tricky Wilson, retained Shay Matthews. Gids stays. That's big for them. Gids is quality. Charlie Martin stays. Webster stays. I like Webster.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, you know. Hummerston stays. Penglin stays. Semantu stays. Dan Soko stays. So they've retained a lot.
Yeah, I think they've retained probably about 80% of their squad. But you can't negate Noel Fisher and maybe Adam Adams' importance attacking to that team.
Oh, look, you lose Noel Fisher from any team in that league, and it brings them down. That's a fact, because that's how good he is.
Yeah. So
I think he was in the top 3 players last year.
So okay. So on that note, I said about Haywards Heath struggling to go again because it's hard, but they've made some real good signings that maybe will liven up the environment, if that makes sense. Yeah. So new lads coming in, whatever you are. Do Horsham go again? Can they be motivated to go again?
I don't think there's a problem with the motivation. I think there might be a problem with resources.
You reckon?
Yeah, possibly. I think it's quite well documented.
They were have a right budget, obviously we're not going into like the nuances of it. Like Giles is not doing it on hundreds of quid. Like let's be honest.
No, but he's. I don't think he's in the top 6 budgets, sir.
Well, the top 6 budgets will be East Grinstead, £82,000 a week.
If that's true, Andy, I'm sticking on the boats.
Wait, hold on. No, like if that was that, who would say that, don't you?
No.
Come on, who would come up with that sort of maths? Ashonomics, mate.
New Haven. They don't get talked enough.
Yeah, but let's go through budgets.
Midhurst, Eastbourne, Forest Road. Forest Road's announced. Right, let's just go through them, yeah? Let's just go through them. Bexhill. I spoke to Tots as well, coming down to Bexhill soon. And he's a top guy. He's been a big supporter of the brands. Old Tots used to do the write-ups for SNLF as well.
Yeah, he's a good lad.
He's a good lad, yeah. Shout out Tots, coming down to see you soon, lad.
Wait, we're forgetting, let's go down the list quickly. Let's do it. Like AFC Vardinians.
Right, Vardinians. They've moved.
Peacehaven.
Where they sharing Peacehaven. Yeah. I haven't heard any of them announced yet.
I've had nothing.
So Brad and Haig saying, what are they saying? What are you saying, lads?
We're saying, come boys. Listeners of the pod, what is going on?
I see you say that, Archie, and we'll get to Midhurst in a bit, but I think they've got a calculated plan, actually. Right, Vardinians, haven't heard much about them. Bexhill.
They've had a couple of retainments.
Yeah, they've retained a lot of the good players. Shonky's still there. Ryan Moye. I don't know if Carl Holder's been announced, but I'm sure he'll be playing there next year. Richie Welch, they've kept.
It seems like they all want to play for that club. Do you know what I mean? It seems like
it's quite interesting. I think it's just it sits in a good place locally, like that. Yeah, like it's a club that I think Ryan really built the foundations there, and I think a lot of the lads stay, and Jay's kind of continuing that work. But I think they'll be mid-table, and that's not a bad thing. I think in a competitive league, that's not bad at all.
No, okay. Billingshurst.
They've not done anything.
Ronnie Reeves has just left them, hasn't
he? Yeah. Now he's just gone to Forest Road.
Yeah.
Now, when Ian sent me that last night, he said, a few days ago, he sent me a list of names that he'd signed. And I think, by the way, Ian Nichols has done good business there. He's done it quiet and that. But we'll talk about Forest Road in a second. But yeah, Ronnie Reeves, right, he surprised me leaving Billingshurst. And it's a club I like, mate. Do you know what I mean? They know they were punching above their weight to get in there now, and you predicted them in the playoffs, didn't you?
Yeah.
And I was speaking to their gaffer at the SCFL Awards, and I said I wrote you off, completely wrote you off. So Billy didn't, we all did, and he's a really nice guy, really good gaffer.
Hard to beat. They're hard to beat.
Yeah.
If they kept the lads, they're hard to beat. The only thing I think I think they're going to be. I don't know if they get relegated, right? But I think they'll be bottom 6.
I don't think they get relegated.
Yeah, but I think they'll be in the bottom 6.
But it's progression.
Yeah. Oh, staying in the league. If they just stay up, that's job done. Success. Huge.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think they might be getting a bit of funding coming up, aren't they? Was that the talk as well? There's a bit of funding coming their way, maybe.
It'd be good for them if it was.
Yeah, I hope so. I really do, because it's a good club. Supported me as well. So yeah, lovely little bar as well. Right, Crawley down Gatwick.
I'll be honest. I haven't got a clue.
Right now, Dave. I suppose Dave.
Yeah.
And he was a bit more perky about this season. You know, he had to make some changes last season.
Yeah.
You know, he made the right change, in my opinion, to keep him up in there. Dave,
I think they've kicked Will Hartley. I don't know if they've announced that. Maybe I'm announcing it for him, but I think Will Hartley.
They hadn't announced any players. So.
Oh,
no, Dave, what are you doing? Dave, get someone to do the social media, mate. Come on, get announcing.
But I think they'll be I think they'll be a bottom half of the table team.
I think they'll be mid-table.
Bottom half, bottom. They'll be the bottom of the mid.
The top of the bottom half.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. I don't think he's losing players. Put it that way.
No, they'll be all right. I don't think they'll be like down.
They won't be down in the relegation scrap, but they won't be challenging for the playoffs either.
I worry a bit for Vardinians. I worry for them.
Well, I don't worry for them, but I'll be you know.
A lot of other teams, everyone's strengthening. It's not a case of you can't stand still. No team can stand still this year.
No.
It's impossible to stand still. Because if you stand still, you're going to get left behind.
I think for Crawley down as well, they've got to keep hold of Budgeon, Pike, Greenbrook as well. Keep those 3 in there. I think they all won awards last year as well, to be fair. But yeah, some of these teams haven't. I want them to start announcing. Do you know what I mean?
Come on. It's being boring.
I hope Dave does well. I'm going to come up and see him.
Yeah, same.
We said about Eastbourne. Said now, your little tip, Eastbourne United.
Yeah.
Someone messaged me. Won't say it. And said that they'd actually saved a lot more back from last year to have a punt this year.
It wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me at all. They've signed some good. They've signed announced Hayden Beaconsfield today. I think it's a very exciting creative player.
I was surprised he left. I was surprised he left. You know.
Yeah, James Stone will be a problem at that level. I think doesn't get enough goals higher up, but I think he'll do really, really well. And I like Stone. I've got a lot of time for him.
Yeah.
But then with James Hull and Callum Barlow, how do you fit them 3 into the teams?
Well, that's the one that shocked me a bit. Callum, you know,
I'm not shocked. He's from Eastbourne. He lives in Eastbourne. They're probably the highest bidder in Eastbourne.
He's a fucking great player for this level.
For that level, yeah. Like he's got to go, but he's got to go and do it again. He's not done it for a few years now. He's got to score goals. He's a striker. Got to stop bouncing around teams. He's got to stop somewhere and score goals. Can't get fed up if he gets dropped. He's got to stick. Let's just say he starts the season, Stoney and Hully are playing, and he's not. He's got to stick it out. He needs to stick it out and get consistently scoring goals again.
Yeah, I mean, he scored 8 goals in 24 games for Hovis Heath last season.
It's not enough. So he needs to get back to that because he can do it. He can do it.
Oh, you compare that to Chalet, who scored 17 in 23.
Yeah.
I think he will. I think it's start. And I didn't know he lived there, as you said.
Yeah.
So that's an extra incentive for him.
Tony's Eastbourne, James Hull's Hastings base. They're all localish lads.
That they've sort of slipped under the radar again. The thing is, you know, each season they seem to be have the squad to challenge, but start poorly.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they've got to start
and then
well.
come stronger in the league, stronger as it goes on. If they can start well,
I think they'd be the Horsham YM of this season.
yeah,
Yeah.
All right. Forest Row. Now, they've been announcing bits over the last few days, and I like the way they've announced it as well. Cool. If that's true, that's yeah.
Go on. Say it.
No, I'll send it.
Put it into the group chat. Go on.
A team in that league has apparently gone in for Tom Chalet as well at quite a decent price, if true. And he said no, which was interesting. But Ian, good guy, you know. Ronnie Reeves surprised me. He really did surprise me. Cam Lawson's
one that I think is a great signing. I think with me, like with it, it's retaining these players, isn't it? If it goes well, that's going to be the hard thing, right? But look, I get on really well with Ian. I had a lot of chats with him before pre-season. I gave me an idea of where he's going with things. I liked it a lot. I think
Bertie Baker.
Yeah, I think. But Ian's a realist as well. He's not signing. He's thinking he's going to go and win the playoffs. He's not silly, right?
I told him, Bill. I said, I think you've gone about your business quite under the radar, mate. Do you know what I mean?
But what he's done, he's put a team together. Joe Ass is obviously returning from an ACL. Like, I don't know when I don't know if he'd be firing in August, but he'd be around soon enough.
Tom Bowles, New Haven.
Which Boulder, I think, is a great sign for him. Again, I kind of knew that one. But I think, I don't know, I just look at it and go.
Dean Piranha from Orley.
I don't know with them. I know it sounds like Ian might be offended by this, but I think if they finish mid-table, it's success. I think that's success. I think the club have to look at it as success because last year was horrendous. Like it was horrendous. Like, and I felt for him because it was firefight. He was always firefighting. Yeah. So a mid-table season has to be considered success. Don't get me wrong. No manager goes, "I want to finish mid-table." So
no,
good.
but you do look at it, don't you? With all the teams,
you have to be realistic. Like with the big money hitters, you might one club that's not spending might do really, really well, right? But like I think for me,
Callum Corbin from Beckenham.
Ian's just messaged me. I'll bite your hand off for a 10th place finish. So like again, like I understand.
He is online.
Yeah, I understand, right?
Sean Egan from Hassocks.
They'll be all right. They'll be all right. But look, for me,
Jasper Tetlow, Joe Hassan.
Be realistic. They're a nomad club at the moment, and they will be for a while. I know the chairman has longer term aspirations, and it is tough. Based in the village is small, right? There's probably not a lot of space you can do stuff, even though it is full of forestry everywhere. But just survival for me, again, is success. And I base that on last year a little bit. And that's not me downplaying Ian, by the way, because I rate him highly. But I think you have to be look at the race. You have to look at all these teams. Like, we've got to go through. So like Guernsey, we've talked about.
We've got to go through it. And I want to mention Peacehaven at the end as well.
Yeah, Guernsey we talked about, Hassocks we've talked about, Havers Heath we talked about, Horsham YM we've brushed on. I don't know, and it's really hard because he's my mate. So I think he's a fantastic manager. I just think it's going to be tough for them to replicate what they did last year.
Okay.
I want them to prove me wrong.
Yeah. Now, Lancing.
Weird, isn't it? It's a weird one.
So I hosted their fans forum.
Yeah.
Day after the live show for Martin Gander. Really good. Really good day. There is a budget available.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not the biggest budget, but Dale this time will get his chance to get his team in. I think they're going to be announcing some players in the next few days. There hasn't been many. I'm actually going to see him on Tuesday. Tuesday, I think, maybe Tuesday. Yeah.
Are people starting to play pre-season games from Saturday?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we've got an in-house game, so I might try and get to a game after that.
Yeah.
I know that Roffey are playing Burgess Hill at Burgess Hill.
At Burgess Round, yeah? Okay, I might
Burgess Hill, yeah.
come along to that.
Right. Next one. Next
Go
one, Linfield. Now, we had a good chat with the lads. There's a
Yeah, good lads.
lovely bit of banter around from shout out of Rich Williams, chairman there, Max, Charlie, everyone that come down and supported on the live show. A few beers were thrown around and that. Opinions were thrown around as well, which was good.
Yeah,
Healthy debate in there. I've tipped them to get to the playoffs and that. I know I've spoke at length with Rich and his long-term strategy that he's got there. He's not just building a team; he's actually building a club, a community club, lands, college, things like that. You know, I think that town should be really, really pleased to have that.
Well, that is long term. Like the short term is they are at Whiteleaf. They are the only tenants of that ground now.
Exclusive tenants, yes.
Because Whiteleaf have moved on to Cray because the pitch isn't good enough for step 3. It's anyone who's played at Whiteleaf knows
it's horrible.
Yeah. My thing for them is make yourself a London club, and you might be the shock of the season. So Whiteleaf, London, obviously Surrey, but it's a South London catchment area. There's a lot of players. That area is the most talented area for football players, right? I'm telling you for a fact. South London produces the best players.
Croydon's, your places like that,
As for years. If they can base themselves as a London club, true. But if they can base themselves as a London club, that plays in the Southern combination, I think they could end up doing really, really well.
Yeah, I think they're going to surprise. But let's go through some of their signings, and their media's picks up well actually. Christian Belusis. Okay, I don't know him. I don't know him at all. I can't. I don't want to pronounce this lad's name wrong.
Nganga.
Yeah, Nganga. That's it. Yeah, Nganga. Now he is a player. Now he is a very, very good player. They've obviously retained Rion Donko.
Yeah.
Jason Strip. They've got another one. Ashley
Mutangoa joined from us.
Yeah. What's he like?
He's a great player. I mean, he back in COVID time, he played for Allfold and scored like 20 odd goals in the season, playing up front in like 15 games. It was unbelievable. He's played every position for us across the last 2 seasons. I mean, he joined, his first game was at centre back, then he went holding midfield. He's played striker. He's done a stint at right back. He's done left back. He's done the 10. He scored our goal of the season against Bexhill from 45 yards out. Great player.
One thing they did do, they brought back Jimmy Williams, who I think is a really good player. And that.
Hold on, wait a second. My guy's not captain anymore.
Connor Wilf, no.
No.
Has he moved on?
They haven't announced him, so.
Right.
Connor, give me a call.
From what I hear,
there
was interest in other clubs. There was interest, and maybe he wanted to explore other options. Maybe, I rated him as well.
Connor, give me a call, son.
He kept Hodge as well. I've kept McDonald, and obviously, as he's gone new club captain Luke Richardson, and who is he's another player I really rate. I do think they will have a good season. I really do. I love the fact that they kept their documentary warts and all, and Rich said that won't change. Do you know what I mean? The good times and the bad times.
I also had it out with the
with Max.
Yeah, no, in a good way, by the way. And we spoke for ages.
And you know what?
Yeah.
You both got your points across and said it how it was.
And we had a good chat I had a real good chat with Rich and him afterwards as well. We're talking about recruitment and stuff like that and how they're going to do it this year. And I talked to Charlie about how he's going to manage it and stuff like that. And it was really interesting because what Charlie's just like, get me the players, I'm going to coach them. And it's kind of be like that model. And I think that model ain't at that level. I don't know how that works, right? But I think it will work higher up. So it's got like kind of like the baseball model, like a general manager and a coach. So the general manager will go and do the deals. Like, has anyone seen Moneyball? Right?
Yeah, so I have. That's the baseball one, isn't it?
So like the GM does all the deals, yeah, but the coach picks the team, the batting order, the order on the pitch, whatever, yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised and I think football's kind of going in that way much higher up. If you look at it like Premier League and stuff, the managers don't recruit players. The managers get all the shit, but they're actually not the ones doing the deals, right? They might know or have an input, but a scouting network, a direct like head of football and this will go right. Here's a player or whatever, yeah. And that sometimes doesn't work for some people. It does work for other people. And there's always a debate whether it's right. But you should also get a manager in who fits the club and the recruitment of the club that fit, like, rather than, that manager's good, I'll have him. And then they don't fit the club because it's always going to end in disaster anyway. Or they'll recruit a load of players, get rid of a load of players that fit the club identity, bring their own players in that don't. And then you get to a situation where they don't work with that manager leaves, and those bunch of players that don't fit your culture are gone as well, and you're rebuilding from the start again. So I think there will be like what they're trying to do, and I'm going really long-winded about it, but what Lingfield are trying to do, I get that, like they want to have Lingfield players, like they want to. This is who we are. This is what we're going to do. So I had a really good chat with him, really good chat, and like he talked about why he went in the dugout and told me why. And
any question they ask, we asked them, they answered straight away.
And I don't mind people not like me not agreeing what people do or people not agreeing what I do. I don't mind that, but being able to have a healthy debate about why and understand it's because me going, I think that's shit, but then understanding why, I still might not agree, but then you understand the method between why they're doing it. And I understood their method. Again, I'm not too sure about it, but if the manager's comfortable and he's skin enough to have him in the dugout with him, that's fine.
They seem tight, don't they? They do 100%. Seem tight.
So like, and Charlie was like, look, I don't mind. Don't really bother me. Like, I believe in what I'm doing, and it is what it is. So, well, he's in the dugout. He could be standing next to the dugout. It's the same sort of pressure having someone like on your back. So, yeah, we'll see. But I'm sure it'll be fine.
I think they will shock a few. Right, Little Common, Bill, you're the man down there, the Commoners.
I worry about him a bit. I do worry about him, and that's horrible for me to say because I like, again, loads of time from him as a club.
All us for the SCFL thing.
I just think they need to recruit. Like Sammy Adams, losing him, he's obviously coming out to be our assistant manager. So I think it's a big loss. I think it's a big loss.
I haven't heard anything they've recruited on at the moment.
They're not very active like that, but they seem to always pull a team together. But we'll see. I just worry a little bit about them this year.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking through. I can't see anything announced at the moment. No, but then again, look, I did enough last season to get to a final.
Yeah,
in there, which a lot of people wrote them off. So maybe they are going up.
Like Liam Ward's left centre midfield. I think he's gone Westfield. I don't know what Lewis Summon's doing. I don't know what Kenny Pogue's doing. I don't know what. Obviously, Sammy Adams has left. Who else is staying? Who else is going? I've got so much time. I absolutely adore going down there, and
you do like them, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I really like Little Common. So it's a club that I will go and watch next season quite a bit whenever there's no Hastings game. So yeah, look, I hope I'm going down and they're winning games of football.
Right, Midhurst. Now, I had the
Sure.
pleasure. I had
Yeah.
the pleasure of speaking with all of the lads, including Tom, chairman over there at the awards night. One thing for certain, right? And this has popped up in a few comments. Moneybags, Midhurst, or they're throwing money at this and that. Yeah, they might have an investment plan going, but I've spoken to them about some of the plans they've got regarding the club. Now, bearing in mind, when you walk down to that club, it's like walking out to Lords. You have to walk all the way down from the thing, yeah? They're having a lot of developments going. They've got a couple of things that I know about that they're putting on the grounds to generate some revenue as well. I think they've got a long-term strategy. Look, you're not bringing a coach like Connor, right, to be an obscurity or other thing. He comes in with ambitions. The chairman, Tom, he is ambitious. So look, if they did put in some bids for some players that might have been a bullseye a week over or something like that, I think it's ambition as do you know what I mean? A bit more.
They'll be up there, mate. They'll be up there.
I really think they will be. Yeah, I think they'll be up there as well. They put it this way: they won't be struggling like they were last year. Not at all. Not from who they're looking to recruit. And I spoke to him. Some of the people I don't want to say on there because I don't want to fuck up their deals early doors. But some of the names that he was talking to, and some he's already got in, you know, and we know that Connor has his links over that way as well with the teams, you know, your Moneyfields and your Portchesters, people like that, all that way over there. Yeah, look, I mean, I don't know who they've announced already, but I do know that there is a couple of players that have really shone in this league last season that they are balls deep in already. So, I mean, let's have a look what they've done at the moment. They've done much. Yeah, I mean, they brought, how do you say his name? Ed's name. Why am I getting all the ones that are out here? Kazaluskask.
Sort yourself out, son.
Yeah. See, he was from Stenning.
Mm.
I can't see anymore. Tom, you need to sort that out, mate. Give me a list. I know roughly who they're going to be getting, and I'd be very, very surprised if they weren't pushing for playoffs.
Look, I think they will. I think they'll be up there again.
So
this is what I mean. There's clubs that won't be in it next year.
I mean, if I think Linfield will be pushing for playoffs. I think Midhurst will be pushing for Eastbourne United now. You know,
Well, someone's
Hassel coming down. You've got East Grinstead coming down. You've already got Guernsey, Hayward Heath, YM. Pagham will be pushing on. I wouldn't want to be a gaffer in this league next year. I would not want to be a gaffer. That's all. So yeah, Midhurst. Right, move on. New Haven.
Do you think the steam's rolling out of that place a little bit?
Not sure. Went to speak to Mike Baker. He said hello, and that was it. Walked off. Didn't see him. Didn't see him enough. Speak to him enough about.
Oh, you've done about 400 interviews with him, mate. So
yeah, I did actually. I've still got them in the vault. Yeah, look, Breachy down there. I mean, their table was buzzing at the awards. You know what I mean? It's a big club, mate. It's a big club.
It's a big club. But they had did they have an opportunity? And I'm not speaking badly of Breachy because fucking what him and Cookie done there.
Breach is amazing, mate.
What they done there it's actually a travesty that they didn't get into the Isthmian League. Like, they were so close, weren't they, Monty? Like, over the years, they were so close. But I think, do you think, like, and then obviously they stepped down. They never brought anyone in. Then
They came back.
and then Bridge comes back in. Do you think? And it's a really horrible thing to say, but do you think it's got a bit stale down there?
I can't see anyone they've announced.
They've announced the cookery team, but that's it.
A what?
The kitchen staff. They've announced they've retained the kitchen staff.
Is that them just taking the piss?
Yep, that's all. That's the only retentions they've got.
That's great, banter. That is. I like that.
It's a great ground. Like,
Matt and Helen. Matt and Helen.
But it's a decent 3G pitch. It's not a bad place to get to, is it? Let's be honest. It's not hard. Apart from when the old boats coming in, you can't go over the bridge. It fucks you up for hours.
It does remind me. Sorry, jumping now. I was going to say, Mike, give me a call. By the way, I saw that comment that you put about why does New Haven not getting exposure or something like the Gilesy thing. What's all that about? I saw that. Let me know about that, mate. I missed that one. I got sent that. I got sent that. Must be a misunderstanding, lad, somewhere there.
Well, New Haven don't get. Yeah, but New Haven don't make it easy for themselves. They don't like put themselves out there. So it's really hard sometimes. Like, from a media perspective, you can only report on so much, right? And it's really, really hard. And I think New Haven probably have gone under the radar because, with all due respect, where did they finish last season?
They had a fantastic start last season.
Yeah, okay. And then they finished 8th, yeah?
Yeah.
So let's have a look at something. Let's have a little butchers on saying.
They finished 8th with 3 points more than they had in the 24-25 season. So.
Okay. So, all right, okay. So, like, yeah, the last 10 games, won 5, lost 5. No? Last, we'll see what the last 6 were saying. Last 6 games, won 3, lost 3. So they were just a topsy-turvy side, right? So I don't know. I think you look at the place, I think you expect them to be up there going, but they just haven't seemed to been up there going, have they?
Well, hopefully they get something done. It's a lovely club down there, mate. Do you know what I mean? I know they've got really good people behind the scenes, so they're only one. Oh, bless! They're only one of 3 clubs that don't follow me. Oh, please, New Haven, let me shout out some love.
They conceded a lot of goals last year.
Yeah,
82, conceded 82 goals last year. The same as Crawley Down, Gatwick, and Wick.
You've got less of common and Vardinians. Well, more than Vardinians in common, actually. So.
Well, hopefully they can announce something soon. And
6th worst defensive record in the league, so that's probably why they're not up there.
So they score goals.
Yeah,
they have good youth players coming through as well. They always do earn the youth. And that. Okay. Pagham. The mighty Pagham. The Lions Den. I was on their table at the SCFL Awards.
Was you?
Right? Yeah. Right. Oh, when you walk in, right, and there's a few teams I don't get on with. Okay. But not too many. There's a couple. One of them didn't turn up, so that was all right. They probably didn't book a flight, I suppose. But the other, I was put on the table, and there's Kelly there, the chair lady. Yeah. She and she's got a vice chair lady as well, and a table full of girls. And me and Lee Penn turned up on this thing, yeah. And we're thinking, what table we put on? Those ladies at Pagham, they were fucking brilliant. They were absolutely brilliant. I loved it. I had a wicked time with them. Bit of girl power going on down there. I'm actually going to be doing a stream, all-day stream with Gareth Spinks from his coffee truck at the Dave Q tournament on the 11th of July up there. So, but I thought Lemmy did a great job last year. I really did. You said as well that, didn't you, Bill?
Yeah, I think fantastic. I think again, we'll see what happens there. I think we can't keep saying all these teams are going to make the playoffs because only 4 will. All right, so
It'd be like the World Cup brackets, wouldn't
yeah,
it?
exactly.
Everyone makes the playoffs.
Again, in this league, if they finish 8th, 7th, or 8th, I think it's a good season. I think people has got to.
They weren't far off though, were they, Monty?
They weren't a million miles away. I mean, they finished the 3 points outside the playoffs. So
yeah, you're right, Rich. Yes, mate. We said that the other night, you know, and that's why teams are throwing money at it.
Yeah,
because people want to get.
I'll just keep my powder dry, mate. Stay up and then wait for the following year. But is it getting harder and harder now in general, though? Because the ambitions of people just wanting to get out of it into Isthmian
Is the quality getting better?
No.
I remember probably 25 years ago, and that people, the old timers, used to say the quality of the league nowadays is not as good as there. I think it's like comparing apples to oranges, though, isn't it?
I think it's different games, different game of football.
Much technically better. Okay. Well, me and you, Bill, we come from a boot 'em up in the air.
Send it long. You didn't pass. You didn't make 5-10 yard passes. You fucking smashed it.
No.
Up the fucking hit the channels. Gosh, go.
But I do think that Prem League has a lot of players that are going to pick up money in there that could easily go and play for a Hastings, a Burgess Hill. Do you know what I mean?
They're getting more money to play at that level, though.
Probably. So that's on the player, isn't it? We don't know their circumstances. It's not us to...
and then saying that, like, players, it's their prerogative. Like if it pays their mortgage, fucking fair play to them. If it pays their phone bills, if even some of the lads, it might be their full income. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and you've got to respect that.
Yeah, you can't knock any player picking up money. None.
No. Yeah. No, you're right.
Yeah, I just think this is. I don't know. Like, I wasn't very impressed with the Isthmian League Isthmian South League standard last year, if I'm honest. Like as a total, I think it's a glorified county league, which then has its knock-on effects. But I don't know. Like, I think there might just be a bit of a bottleneck happening at this moment, and it does happen at times, doesn't it? Where you get really like a competitive top end. But then what that does is it leaves a lot of teams kind of potentially, like we say, that could get relegated and like moving on to the next team on the list after obviously we talked about Roffey, but Seaford Town and Wick.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about, Rich. Rich runs a very successful water treatment company as well, Pulse Water, by the way. So if there's any companies out there that wants anything checked, let us know, or let Rich know.
So look, Seaford,
right? So darts, mate of mine, took over from YZ, another mate of mine. They're playing at New Haven, aren't they?
So what?
They're playing at New Haven.
They're not playing at Seaford.
Playing at New Haven.
Whoa! What's happened?
There's I think unless I'm wrong, unless things have changed in the last 24 hours, I think there's some alterations they need to. Right. So basically, you know the crouch. Yeah. Everyone loves everyone likes a long man pint down the crouch and a burger. Whilst the dog's running on the pitch, bless them. I think they have to do something with the overhead stand or something like that. You know, they're saying like that. You know, so I think potentially the work could be done. Hopefully, I'm not speaking out of turn, Craig Pooley. I think the work could be done by around Christmas time. Okay, so it's not.
I don't get what's got to be done to the stand.
There's some stuff around the stands and things like that. I don't know the ins and outs, but I definitely know that they should be playing at New Haven potentially for a few months. Yeah. So
I
I might
don't.
be very wrong. If there's anyone else on there from Seaford or that, or that can confirm that or New Haven, let us know.
Planning permission. We just got Russ that said planning permission floodlights, but they've got floodlights. They've got floodlights at the Crouch, haven't they?
Yeah, I think of course they haven't they? They've got, haven't
Yeah,
they?
they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. The Albionite. Yeah,
No,
that's
not
it. Yeah, spot on. That's what I was trying to get to. Spot on. Thank you, mate. But yeah, apparently it's only short term though, and New Haven have been really, really accommodating. So, and look, they get a bit of buns back, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a tough season, Seaford.
I think look, we also know that darts works on a very controlled resources down there as well. Do you know what I mean? However, he has players that want to play for Seaford. It's one of those crazy game types, isn't it? You know? Yeah, that was saying about the residents as well, Russ. You are right there. I like Seaford as a club, I really do. And I hope they get on well. And Wick. And Wick, before I just move on to Peacehaven and we end it out. Wick, really like Baldwin, Lee Baldwin, and Craig's a good mate of mine. They must be gutted that they lost Charlie Robinson, who won supporters player. He won player of the year, players player, managers player, everything like that. He got his move to Littlehampton. I'm pleased for him because he's a mate of mine, and his dad's a great guy as well. It's a strange one because they've got really big ambitions at that club. Michael Dorrington's gone in there. They got the deal with McDonald's. By all accounts, 3G pitch is going in as well. They're playing at Bognor this year, at the Nye Camp, they call it. The Nye Camp, you know. I haven't heard much about any announcing, but by all accounts, they're not losing. Apart from Charlie, they're not really losing players. So, but the one concern I do have about Wick, is what did they get? 8 red cards, 10 red cards last year, something like that. They're known for being gritty on that pitch, fighting for every point. You know, proper team, proper. You know, lead by example, and let them try and ground results out. How will it affect them playing on a 3G surface when they used to be, you know, playing there? I don't know. I really hope it goes well for them because
I think it'd be another one in the bottom 6, and that's not to knock them. I just think you have to be again realistic in the league you're in.
As we've said, you know, like I said, shout out to Lee and Craig, love them both. But I do think that they get through this year, next year, with everything that's coming. That will be, look, we've seen it all the teams, nearly every team that gets a 3G progresses up. It's facts, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Right. So those are the thing. Apologies to Peacehaven. Thank you for Haley for resharing the stream, reminding me there. We didn't talk about them. We didn't talk about their players and that. I think they got sort of lost in the thing because they, you know, I wouldn't say unexpectedly.
Or Steadin, or Eastbourne Town.
Oh, fuck me.
Or Broadwich Heath.
Or Broadwich Heath.
Right, we got 10 minutes. Yep.
No, let's do it quickly. Let's fire round because
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Do you know that's what? Right. Peacehaven.
Let's go.
I know that teams are coming for Conatai, and he stayed loyal. Big win for them. One thing I did like as well, shows a bit of loyalty in that team. Did you see them all go and get the tattoos done?
Yeah, that's mad, by the way.
Yeah, and
Kroger, and we've got Kroger as well.
Sorry, John. Owen, sorry. Right. Yeah, Peacehaven, right? They went and got the tattoos done, didn't they? And love that. I'm hearing they're retaining most of them. The players. You hearing any different?
Not hearing
Not-
much, to be honest.
No. To be fair, their season only ended about 3 days ago, didn't it? Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I've heard they've signed a player that Horsham YM were interested in. They've gone there instead.
Okay. I think they're going to stay up in the Isthmian. It'll be tough, but I definitely think they're going to start.
Mm.
Do you not?
It's tough, mate. I think there'll be ones down there.
I think they'll stay up. They'll stay up.
I love
and again,
I really would. I genuinely would. Like, weirdly,
it's got to be the target, surely. Isn't it?
I don't like any Sussex teams getting relegated. Like, I really don't. Like, but I just, I don't know if they're going to have enough.
I hope they do. Just tell you what, I think their gaffer, so he's a really good guy. I had a chat with their committee and their top brass there, and they're really, really, really nice people. Really nice people. Yeah, Dan, you're right. Been involved for 10 years, traditionally quiet pre-season, Shatty we trust. Like that. Love that, mate. This is oi, Purge the Rouge. You're the guy that sent Lee into meltdown, all right? You are.
No, obviously Matty Astle's joined us from there, and Trev's assistant manager, but I don't know if we're poaching any others. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there has been something going on that I don't know about.
But that you're the guy that hit the highlight reel.
So, Purge is all right. Yeah, I'm all right. I'm not going to run. I'm here.
Right. So look, I want Peacehaven to stay up, and they saved me loads of pelters on that playoff day for reasons we won't go into.
I tipped them to win the playoffs as well. Remember, don't forget.
You did, and I tipped them to stay up. Now, oh God, sorry.
What fucking happened there?
3 cats just run into my house from my conservatory, out and just run underneath my table, my desk, and my office.
What cats do you know, or no, random cats?
Well, I'm sure they're my 3 cats, but they've just all ran in at the same time. And apologies. Right. Sorry. Right. Shit. Stenning, Broadbridge, Crowborough, Eastbourne Town, and we will put this marathon to bed. It's a good job I don't work at the moment, isn't it? Right. And Monty, you don't have to work. You've got your workers to do that for you. Bill, you've been set up for life anyway, mate. So, right. Broadbridge Chief, Simo. Sorry, Simo, mate. Yeah. He's just announced.
Bunch of announcements, decent. He'd just go about his business. They'll be in and around it, wouldn't they?
So he's just they got Ollie Rawlins, so
yeah.
That's some signing, mate.
He'll be all right. He'll be all right.
They kept Marino, Mason Dirty.
Sal's a good one. Sal Marino's a really good sign, I think, to keep him.
Matt Hay, yeah, he got injured last season. Jay Richardson, Brad Peters, Sean Terry. Tell you what, the Broadbridge Chief media is getting a lot better, by the way. Really is. Put some real effort into it. There's a club out there that
I agree with that.
Minimal resources. You know, I really look forward to getting up to see them. Good luck to the Broadbridge Chief. Muggsy's Crowborough. What they've been doing. What's he? He must be up to what, 650 games now? 620 games? Muggsy?
Got to be up there.
He hasn't done much. He ain't put much up there.
They'll be all right.
Yeah.
But there's some good teams coming into that Isthmian League, mate. I'm telling you. Whitstable coming up. That'll be a problem.
Yeah, Whitstable will.
It's not going to be an easy league. I don't think, anyway. I might be wrong, but I'll look at it. We've got coming into that league, you've got Hawley Town. We'll see what they get on. Peacehaven, Punjab, South Park now in our league. And Whitstable.
You killed Kenny.
We did kill Kenny, yeah. It's a tough league. Very tough league. Croydon's still in it. Croydon Athletic. Ashford will be good this year. Cray Valley PM will be good. Faversham will be up for it. Herne Bay will be up for it. Margate, same. Merson will be all right. It's not going to be an easy. It's no mugs league.
Why'd you say that, Aaron? Because you're there, mate. I love Aaron. He's a legend. Eastbourne Town and Stunning.
Eastbourne retain most of their players. They'll be okay. And Stenning, we'll see. It's a real shock value, isn't it? We'll see what happens there. I don't.
It is, they've had, they're losing the fridge. They've lost Jarvis. I think their centre halves have gone as well, haven't they? But look, Brandon O'Neill's going in there. Whole Coast going to be difficult. Yeah. Well, that was a bumper show. I can't believe everyone, over 3,000 of you, stayed with us for that. That is one of the longest shows we've done. Lee's already had an hour's sleep by now. But yeah, once again, thanks for everyone staying with us.
Might be a decent parking space, Aaron. Just let you know, you have to park all the way up the top of the hill. So after defeat, you have to walk up the hill, boy.
Yeah. Huh?
How many do we have?
Over 3,000. Over 3,000, yeah. I can't believe there's people out there that actually sit through this. I really can't. You really need to find something else to do on a Sunday evening. No, it's truly appreciated once again. As you said, we'll try and keep you up to date with the news in there that's happening. Go and download the In the Dugout app. Go and upload some. Good. I should say that, Mr. Dan Palmer. Thank you. For 8 weeks, we've been trying to get this app on the Google Play. Now we've had me and Dr. X. He is the secret guy behind the app. We've been working massively on it, and we actually got 99% cleared this week. We actually only need one little thing. It will be on within a week, 100%. So for the 25% of you that are on Android, yeah. We're going down the app. There's go and see the. Yeah. Thank you everyone that stayed with us through this. I don't think I've got a wife anymore because she's been doing.
I'm so tired. Guys, I'm shattered. I need to go to bed.
I know it's a long one, but everyone there, Monty, get back to your estate now. Thank you to Lee, who's there. Bless him. He's had a tough couple of weeks, Lee. He really has, and yeah. So if you see Lee, give him a shout. Give him a shout.
Give him a hug.
Give him a card, yeah. I'll tell you what, he's really trying really hard to do what he wants to do. And sometimes life puts a few hurdles in front of him, but every time he jumps over those hurdles. So that's my boy. And yeah, for everyone else, we will be back. Get your questions in. Get anyone, any things you think should be improved on the show. This is your show. You're sticking with us. So, and there's no show that's doing these numbers. No show. So, yeah.
We win the award, or did we? What happened with that? Or did we not, mate?
Oh, what, the non-league Bible Award?
Yeah, did we get anywhere near it?
Hasn't been announced yet.
Oh, okay.
But look, the way I look at it, there's six podcasts, yeah, that are up for it. We run 2 of them. So out of national awards, we have 2 that have been in SNLF show and the IBB10 show that have been nominated in the best 6 in the nation for non-league podcasts. Problem is our demographic.
What-
and our-
I didn't get that comment at all. What does that mean?
Thanks very much.
That's Brian Gill.
I don't
Reference.
know. But for what I'm saying is, we have people that watch one show or both shows in there. Yeah, you can only vote once, so it's a bit like I don't know, if you vote Labour or Green, you sort of split the vote, or if you vote Reform or I don't know, Restore or Tories, you sort of split the vote. Look, we're just pleased to be nominated. You never know, we might shock someone, but to be nominated after under 30 shows for this show, and to be the fastest growing, most watched, most live watched show in non-league football in the South, and we wing it, because I tell you, we do wing it, you know, it just means that, well, it's you guys out there that made this happen. So, yeah, you never know. I tell you what, though, if we do win the award, we're going fucking
We're
mental.
gonna have it.
We're gonna have it. I'll be like that guy that just takes the awards like every round. Do you know what I mean? I might even have a dugout mobile made and just put it on the top like that and just drive it to every.
There's an open top bus.
Yeah, mate. Like with a big megaphone out or something like that. You know. Right, everyone.
I was right. It was. He said heavy Zamo vibes. So Zamo was from Grange Hill back in the 80s, whatever. When they had a thing called Just Say No. Do you remember it?
I remember Goms used to
Before
be
my time there.
Before, mate, Grange was I think Grange Hill finished before you were born, but Grange Hill was actually, I used to love Grange Hill back in the day. It's my favourite. So that's
We're
why
showing our age now, Bill.
Flying sausages. I got the reference from the start of it. But yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much. Have a wonderful week at work. Go and download the app. Go and visit Monty's estate.
Please don't.
Go and turn up, and if you're a player that wants to play for Hastings, speak to Bill.
Only if you're going to keep us challenging for the playoffs.
Over and out. Thanks, guys. Love you all. Sweet dreams. And that's